Hey, happy December, boys.
Happy December, everyone.
Um, so,
Have this is gonna be busy as hell for me. What you were saying?
well, I was saying there's a bit of a elephant in the room this week. You guys are all unbalanced levels now after last week. You got two characters. Two characters are at level 6 now from level 10. One character's at level 11, one's at 9, and one's at 10. So, we now have a range that is like pretty far. It's a five level range. So that being said, there's going to be a few changes to the structure at which we've been doing experience points. Until maybe possibly you guys get it all back to the same level, or this might just end up being permanent. We'll find out. If your character dies from this point forward, and you end up wanting to make a new one, you will be at the level of the lowest leveled person in the party.
Oh. Makes sense, though.
Because it won't be fair for people if you come in with a level 10 character just because your character died. Otherwise, you guys could all throw your characters on swords, and there you go. They do this in video games. We're going to do this in this game.
Makes sense.
So there's that. Currently, it's level 6. If, whatever happens. If you guys level up super fast, whatever. I believe that there might be a possible talk about getting XP divvied up differently. Just throwing this out there. Because there's such a balance of like an imbalance, it might be pertinent to make it slightly more restrictive on who's going to get experience points. Now, when I say that, what I mean is, let's say, for instance, you take a night off. Your character likely from this point forward won't be getting experience because that would be both taking away from the experience of people who were there to play, potentially, if we divvied it up by the number of people in the party versus the number of people at the session, and also the need for the experience points that we've been divvying up is more necessary for the people at lower levels than the people at the higher levels. So 1,500 experience points for Kyle is a drop in the bucket versus 1,500 experience points for Daniel and Josh is probably a slightly larger drop in the bucket. That would get them closer to being equal with you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that now. With the holiday seasons coming up and so on and so forth, life finds a way. If you guys aren't here, then what we'll do is instead we've been divvying it up by how many people are in the party total. Now we'll probably just divvy it up by how many people were at the session. That way it can kind of help boost you guys a little bit.
I am all for that.
Sweet.
Aye.
Anybody else?
Does it make sense?
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah. It's just because I don't want it to seem like crazy restrictive, but also because we did have people lose 4 levels last Sunday.
Some people.
Yeah. And some people gained a level last Sunday. So
As the son of a bitch, that's why.
Yeah, I don't remember that. That's
yeah. So this being the case, that is it should be considered a good healthy team building experience for us if you guys need to help each other gain goals that might benefit the lower leveled people more. I would hope that you guys would do that, but that's up to you guys. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? So that being said, we should move on to goals. Let's go ahead and start with Nigel. Has Nigel's goals changed from last week?
So I still got 2 session goals I didn't make. That was get the group to be hostile to Black Veil and attack the hunters. We did session goals last week, right?
Yep, that's why you leveled.
Okay, so be useful using a skill. I think that's something I did last week.
Oh, you must have changed that since last week because I don't think that was it.
Okay, so that must be my new one I replaced my old one as.
Yeah.
I'm going to change get new group to be hostile to help group get their strength back.
All right. When you say that, do you mean the people who literally lost physical strength points, or do you mean the people who lost levels?
Oh, both.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if I could do one or the other, great. I mean, it's just a session goal.
Sure. Okay. So, that brings it over to let's go to Mayo Nisel. What do you got, Mayo?
All right, I have. I changed my session goals to find the entrance to the hideout and make preparations to storm the hideout. Those are my 2 session goals.
Nice. Okay.
Short term and long term are still the same.
Perfect. Kaioken?
So I redid personals also. My sessions are investigate one of the brown rags hideouts. Number 2 is figure out how to charge the gauntlets, the Behir gauntlets, because I shocked Keksi that one time. And then keep Keksi alive through the session.
Slick.
My new personals are help the people of Koran by ridding them of the hunters / brown rags. Teach Keksi to cook proficiently. So we'll need to I don't know, you'll whatever you say is whatever the number, if she increases that.
Oh yeah.
You just let me know when that happens. And then find a way into the mage tower, because we did see the tower, the old tower. And I remember we didn't investigate it, but I do remember that it was a teleportation, so
from the previous.
I'm assuming that's probably not working. So find a way into there and find a wondrous / magical item.
Slick. Okay. Let's toss it over and up to Keksi.
Session goals are now find the hunters, find Therai. I need to open my totem and talk to General Gaeta. Short term, I still want to do more research for the Black Veil and Arcane Eye, and my other short term is to find the Green Hag.
Sally Wormwiggle.
Good old Sally Wormwiggle. All right. And Mr. Johann Rydervich, Acheron, Breaker of the Legion, the Lich's Woe, Captain of the Reaper's Scythe, Twice Dead, Thrice Live. What else did he do? Explosive Extraordinaire. What are your goals?
Long John. You're forgetting Long John.
At that time, I
His
fucked an entire
procure-
brothel twice and came back with no diseases.
Yeah, that's it. Purveyor of brothel, slayer of transmitted diseases. What you should be writing these down, by the way. Just hire a bar.
He is. We will go through that. I promise we will.
He's the Lord of Plagues.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, so I wasn't gonna change anything just because most of the stuff that I have for goals are things I really want to get down on. I was thinking of changing one to it's basically fulfilling the mission that I have with the with that guy from the pirate captain. For now I'll keep everything the same. I might change that on my next goal, but for now I want to keep everything the same because this is stuff I really want to get across to the other members.
Okay.
I will, however, not be afraid to admit the only reason why I gained that level is because I sucked Anthony's dick. He told me this is the payment, and I said, sure, why not? Amanda, I'm sorry, but I think I'm better. So,
The scary part was there was zero hesitation. He was like, yep. He's like, oh,
I did it.
I'm gonna go
And
put
he's
that penis in my mouth.
I was
It was
like,
me.
hey, do you want it? And he was like, I was like, whoa, guy. He was like,
Hey, man,
hey,
just-
does this smell like
You might
chloroform?
like it. Jesus.
All right. So, that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the recap. I think I should have done that the opposite way. I should have done the recap first. All right. Anyways, last week, you guys picked it up talking to Tribute. Good old Tribute. When you guys went to the Black Veil HQ, you tried to barter with Tribute about the whereabouts of Deus and whether or not you could get him back. That would be Keksi and Kaioken. Instead, you wound up ultimately being face to face with Corvus. But before that had happened, you had learned a few things about how things go, why things had happened to Deus, what to expect. You guys kind of gained an insight as to the orientation of the Black Veil, all the while he was trying to dissuade you from actually speaking to Corvus directly. Having that failed, you were met with the form of Deus that was left. Corvus invited you guys to come to his home and to talk about it. And smartly so, I think, you guys did not accept that invitation. Instead, it kind of buckled the resolve of Keksi and Kaioken to try to defeat him, if you will. Exiting Black Veil HQ, you guys found yourselves in kind of a bit of a civil unrest, beginning to kind of crop up, where Hunters members and the common folk of Dockside were starting to butt heads. And in a couple of examples, you came across a paladin, who was, or a knight, if you will, who was patrolling with guard and an investigator, as well as a very interesting fellow who keeps even more interesting friends in Nigel and Mayo. After you guys had dealt with your what are they called? Dealt with your guys' situations in which several people were slain, you guys decided to head back up to the cemetery where Nigel calls home. When you guys went there, Keksi's shadow became the subject of conversation, and upon dispelling it, you guys were face to face with the monster that was the shadow form. You guys fought it. Some of you guys lost levels. Some of you guys lost strength, but ultimately you destroyed it, leaving behind a odd, irregular shard in the hands of the adventuring party, and a message from Corvus that even though you had severely weakened him, you would not be so lucky next time, and a pleasant reunited greeting to Nigel. Nigel then headed upstairs to his bedroom for a long rest, while the rest of you stayed downstairs discussing taking a short rest before you were going to head out and do more fact-finding and possibly save the city from a vampiric thrall. But before we get to that, we're going to rewind time a few hours. Heading to the Black Veil HQ, Mr. Acheron was looking for, what was it, ammo, I believe?
Yeah. I did split apart just to look for more ammo.
You wanted to look for ammo. I think the last thing that had happened was that you guys, or that you had kind of asked around, and people had pointed you to the pit, which is the fourth district in the city, located centrally, which is generally construction and kind of blue collar area. So we're gonna bring ourselves to that. Asking around where the pit was, John, you would find yourself being pointed to the north central. You would be told that if you wanted to go to the pit, that you would be looking for the path that is directly between the two statues of the realm heroes, as they're called, Greymane and Kelvin Sunax. I assume you're going to make your way there.
Yes.
Awesome. So everybody on the old roll 20, we're going to go ahead and drop you, boy, to the Pit District. So as you come over the hill to the very south, this is like right down here to the south is where you start. This is where it leaves off to go to Dockside. It is a pretty sheer cliff face, and then there's like these winding switchbacks that have been like kind of like worked like a quarry. You know, think of a quarry with all like the straight angles and shit where they've like saw cut all of the rock wall and whatnot. They've kind of made this sort of staircase that kind of comes out and then down. As you're doing this, everything here seems as if it's covered in this like almost like a ashen sort of like dust.
Okay.
What you'll come to find out is it's very much so. Have you ever seen a saw cutter cut concrete?
Yeah.
So usually they pour water on it and it creates a slurry, right? It's like concrete dust. This is concrete dust if it were cut dry and then left into the air and then let to settle. So you see this area is a lot more industrious than the other areas. What you would find is that everything seems to be painted in this gray. There is like thick plumes of smoke coming out of all sorts of buildings everywhere. The people down here, this is where you're going to see a lot more giants, a lot more like giant kin, verbeegs, stone giants specifically, like hill giants, a couple of cyclopes, all of these larger people. Very burly. A lot of them seem like just rather muggish. You know what I mean? Like pretty mean.
Yeah.
Most of them wearing what we know as modern day hard hats. So like these yellow plastic, like hard, so on and so forth. And they're all wearing like the equivalent of medieval suspenders as they're like walking, carrying like materials and whatnot. And there's buggies and shit. The air quality down here is pretty shit.
Okay.
So, when you get down, you're looking for a place called BCI. How are you going to find this place?
Okay, so give me a minute. Quote. And you said it was BCI, right?
Yeah, BCI.
Quick question: am I affected by the air quality?
At this point, no. You've just entered. But
Okay.
there's some spots where it looks like nobody goes to, and it's where it's a very interesting phenomenon of it almost seems like the smoke or smog is heavier than the air in these spots, kind of creating like these like little pools of smoke that look like water settling until people
Kind of like
kick
so,
through 'em.
so it's kind of like how you guys know when it's really hot out, you see like this cloud of like those gnats,
Right.
kind of like that, where it's just this heavy,
Well,
dense, thick something.
If you vape on a table, like everybody used to do when they used to make like the little like tornadoes and shit, right? How it just kind of settles and like sits and floats there. It's kind of
Okay, so like that. Okay.
Yeah. So, you're looking for. Give me 2 seconds.
BCI.
You are looking for
He's either doing that right now or he's sucking his own dick.
that. Yep, there it is. He's making the dick sucker.
Nah, I was kind of hoping he was
it-
sucking his own dick.
So you're looking for Boomers Construction and Incendiary. It is a specialty sciences and ordnance location. How are you going to try to find it?
Okay. I would like to find nearest to me, like the highest. I would like to locate the highest building I can, and I'm gonna Assassin's Creed that shit.
Oh yeah, standing like high and above everything else. Centrally is one of these two southernmost cranes that stand like most of these places here are not like they're not tall buildings. You might get like a 2-story building at most, maybe a couple of steeples or something like that. Everything here looks like it's pretty much rectangular, straight, like it's made out of the stone that they're mining. And then there's like thatched roofs and some that are shingles and whatnot. But the only things that stand out above the crowd, even if you got to shout out loud, are the two central cranes that look like they are constantly lowering and lifting things in and out of this pit. Inside of the pit, you notice that there is, even from this vantage point, it is a huge other pit. Have you ever seen like the Devil's Mouth in the Carlsbad Caverns? It just looks like it's basically that in the middle here. And they have these 4 cranes, 2 smaller ones and these 2 major ones that are constantly loading and unloading.
Oh, okay.
That would be your tallest point, unless you wanted to like find a hillside and like stay up on a hillside and look down.
No, I'll take one of the cranes. I would like to kind of basically just go up and just kind of
Sweet.
Run across.
Well, go ahead and give me roll me a D100 real quick.
Ooh. Yeah, rolling. 2.
Okay. Fuck. All right.
Roll a level 6 character.
2, I don't know if you remember, is
Just fall and break my neck.
Oh, this is D100?
D100.
Oh, I thought it was 2 for his acrobatics. I'm like, oh, okay, you're falling. That's a good.
Okay. Well, lucky you.
It's too good?
Yeah, 2's super
2
good.
is incredible. You want to get
100?
lower. Yeah.
Oh.
So, Mr. Acheron, you are weaving your way. You are weaving your way through this area. Hiya, hiya. As you're looking, you're asking people how to get to places and whatnot, and most of them are just kind of, meh. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I need to get to that crane. What's the fastest way to get to that crane? Meh.
Just for the hell of it, I would like to point out that I'm not even talking like a pirate. I'm using some weird accent just so people who don't recognize who I am.
Oh yeah, what's the accent?
Yeah, it's kind of just some weird Middle Eastern, like, oh, hello, do you know where this place is? I'm looking for this place, yes.
You
Yes,
don't look
yeah.
like a Khajiit as you're like walking up. You're like, hey, Khajiit, did he just say their nose bleeds, your nose bleeds? You keep going. I need you to roll me a d6, please.
D6.
So, the one of the things that you do see while you're doing this, that happens more often than. All right, perfect. So one of the things that you do see that happens more often than you probably care to, or maybe you don't give a shit, is you notice that they don't really have like cattle. They don't really have like beasts of burden in this district. What they do have is they have warforged that they use as their beasts of burden. So
Warforged. Remind me what the Warforged are.
robot people. They're basically.
Oh, okay.
robots.
I remember these. Yeah.
So they have these robots that are like built four-legged, so they're like a centaur robot, as they kind of like are pulling these carts that almost look like rickshaws but big. Like if you took a rickshaw and made it like a 20-foot long rickshaw, and then they stop whenever the person who's riding it whips them on the back, and then they continue. You would get the feeling very, very instantly that Warforged down here are used as slaves.
Okay.
But you don't hear any of these Warforged actually complaining. Mostly it would seem like they either aren't sentient or they've just completely accepted their existence. So, unless you wanted to talk to one. But as you're walking and you're kind of like coming to this thoroughfare, so if you look, the map itself will show you that there's kind of this like main road that circles around the pit itself, right?
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, so you kind of come up. I'm gonna draw this out for a second. You kind of come up through this area here. Once you come to this like sort of massive bonfire, it's like a 15-foot tall bonfire that looks like they're just dumping a bunch of shit into to keep it burning.
Okay.
It's spouting off a bunch of black smoke and whatnot, right? The air gets kind of fucked up here, but there's a slight breeze that dips down. That slight breeze takes the smoke and it blows it into your face and also kind of obscures you from traffic. As you hear this like sort of like screeching dragon, as this thing is like walking, you dodge out of the way just in time, and you see it hits this sort of rock, and literally off of the back of this trailer, you see a small bundle fall off, basically right at your feet.
Mm-hmm. Like a sack, like a small bundle of something.
It looks like it's looks like a square package that is wrapped up in what kind of looks like cheesecloth or some sort of like weird linen.
Okay.
And it is very clean, all things considered. Like besides like the scuffle and all that stuff, immediately you would hear an impact. What sounds like this box maybe has like this package maybe has cracked on the inside.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to see the package and honestly, without even looking, just see the package and just put it away.
Okay. So you take that with you as you begin to make. So now you are at this massive bonfire. Just past this massive bonfire, you would see these two cranes, one to your right, one to your left. Which one do you want to go for?
Okay, and I'm assuming. So I'm still like where that bonfire roughly is, right?
Yes. So you can either go to the left one or the right one.
Let's take the left.
The left? All right, cool. So you start making your way downtown. And
Mhm.
as you go to do that, give me a perception check.
You got it.
Card.
Ooh.
I don't know that I can say that I can hear you say you got it without immediately thinking credit card. Easy enough. As you're walking
You got
past,
it.
you see this. Nice. You see this. At first it looks like it's made out of stone until you get closer, and then you start to notice this sort of like sheen to the outside of this perfectly square building. It looks exactly like a straight flat cube.
Okay.
As you approach, you realize that it's actually a very dull polished steel or some sort of metal. So it's an entire building that is made out of flat sheet of metal. And on the front of it, almost like embossed or engraved on the inside, or debossed or engraved on the inside, or on the front, it just says BCI.
Hey, I didn't even need to climb the damn thing.
Yeah, the sign itself, as you approach like the front where the sign is at, you notice that actually the inset of it, it actually looks like it has this series of small glass tubes that kind of interconnect in sort of like flowy letters, and as you're walking up, you see it just click and you hear a me, and the tubes actually light up with this sort of like oddly like hyper bright yellow thing that kind of flickers on. But there is a single door that's made entirely out of glass right at the front of this building. You want to go in?
I go in.
Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, entering in, you die. Good luck. Entering into the building, there is this. It's a front desk. You walk in, and on your left is a front desk that runs probably about 15-20 feet long, and then to the right of you, it's actually like a wall that goes down a hallway that kind of turns off. And then there's just this like frustrated little like gnome wearing what looks like a stereotypical like red gnomish hat with like these big blue robes on. Well, big blue for a gnome. He's just like, yeah, oh god, where did I go? All right, and then and he's like stamping stuff, like stapling and putting like paperwork, actual like paper into stacks. One that says invoices, one that says incoming, outgoing. He's like, all right, and then there's a work order. Welcome to BCI. How can I help you?
Okay, and really quickly, what does BCI stand for again?
Boomers, construction, and incendiary.
Boomers, construction, and incendiary. Okay.
Who are you here to see?
Right. Oh, yes, I am here to require for some ammunition.
Right, what type of ammo would you like?
I kind of just slowly grab the pistol and show him like this kind.
Is that
I
ball bearings, or do you want the flash powder? You
Yes.
can get ball bearings anywhere, but flash powder, that's what we deal in.
I'm gonna need those.
Okay, you're looking for incendiary. Okay. So how much are you requesting, and where would you like it delivered?
Am I able to pick it up now?
Yes. Do you have a vehicle outside for us to load it into?
Shit, man, I'm thinking like what the hell am I doing? I'm thinking like just small bullets.
Is that what you say?
What is this?
What do you say?
No, I'm asking you out of character. Okay, so what the hell am I ordering? What vehicle?
You were ordering ammo for your gun, right?
Yeah. Okay, so like, look, I am lost. Why would I need a vehicle? I'm simply ordering. At this point, my accent just breaks. I'm like, I need bullets. I need pellets, things I can put in my pocket.
Right. Well, I mean, anybody can. You understand? I see. You must have been sent from somewhere. So, let me give you a brief rundown. This is going to eat into my lunch, but that's okay. So, your gun, and he like, can I see your firearm, sir, please?
I hand the gun. Yep.
Thank you. So, your pistol here. You shoot no yeah. He goes, it works off of loading a flash powder into here with a fuse, right? Or a flint. This is called a flintlock pistol. So the flint strikes, and it strikes the powder that's in the bottom of the barrel here. And you load a projectile in here, right? So the projectile could just be ball bearings. But what you're looking for is the flash powder inside to go, pew, right? Now,
Yeah.
we are a construction company, so we sell flash powder by the ton. So if you want like a 1-ton order, we can give you that like within the next 8 hours or so for will call. Would you like a ton of flash powder delivered to a vehicle outside, or?
I was hoping for something smaller, something that I can just grab and take with me right now.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Let's see.
I mean, while you're here, if we're talking about it, you want to know there is a way for you to get like a lifetime supply of flash powder for basically free if you want it. I mean, look, I don't know how much you're going to use this gun, but their easy way. I'll tell you. Okay, here we go. You ready? So, I can let a bag of ball bearings and of the flint and of the powder go for like 50 gold. The equivalent of 10 shots for 50 gold.
Okay. Now, as he's telling me that, does John quickly know that that's a ripoff? Or is that a pretty good deal?
Give me a basic intelligence check. You're pretty smart.
You got it.
But there is a way for you to get as much as you want, and you don't have to do much. So out in the high seas, where pirates are doing their slinging and their shooting and all that stuff, you've always stolen it.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, since you've been here, since you've been on the ground, and even before then, not that many people on the mainland shoot guns. They're kind of a specialized thing. The thing, when you've stolen them, it's been from other pirates who have stolen them, or it's been out of like these massive barrels. You've never seen like a small pouch of the shit. It's usually just take a handful of it, dump it in your shit, and then you know what I mean. It's like, so it's a relatively rare commodity. It might be pretty reasonable.
Okay.
Like, or I have a quest that you could take for a lifetime supply of ammunition and flash powder, as well as a bunch of other benefits.
Okay, now you tickle my balls. What is this quest?
Well, we've got 5 spots left for an expedition off-world. We are in conjunction with, and you're gonna laugh when you hear this, but I'm telling you, it is legit. Okay, we are in conjunction with the Nomis University of Sciences and Other Inventions. Okay, they're using our combustion potentials, we'll call them, to launch adventurers up to the moon to find out what happened and why it broke. So, you and your, maybe, I don't know, 4 other friends, you can sign up and we'll throw in, a lifetime supply of gunpowder, flash powder, and loads. What do you think?
Lifetime supply of flash. Oh, Jesus Christ. The things I do just to put a bullet in someone's skull.
That seems kind of dangerous, but I'm not gonna judge.
Okay. How soon do I gotta take off for this quest?
Well, currently we only have 11 out of 16 spots filled.
Okay.
So, the moment that we get 16 spots, Then we'll brief, and it'll probably be about a day after the briefing.
Okay. I'll take that deal for 50 gold in the meantime, because I'm gonna need some of the ammunition for this
All
probably.
right. This is gonna be good. So, yeah, go ahead and give yourself like 10 shots.
Stop it! Stop
Go
it with that! I don't like
Go
it.
ahead. Go ahead and give yourself 10 shots. And then
Minus 50 gold.
Minus 50 gold. And then he goes, when you go to the Gnomish University of Sciences and Other Inventors, you tell them that Yanis Brightbolt sent you, okay?
Yanis Brightbolt, you got
You'll
it,
give
Chief.
me a free lunch, and they'll comp you guys something as well.
Free lunch. How good is the lunch? Curious.
I mean, you never tune down free food, right?
You're not wrong. No, not wrong. Gnomish University of what?
Of Sciences and Other Inventions is the official title.
Other inventions.
Yanis Brightbolt, that's my name. Don't forget. Because, otherwise I don't get a free lunch, and you just got the opportunity of a lifetime to fly to the moon.
Don't worry, Chief. I'll make sure to hook you up with that one.
I appreciate it. Well, was there anything else I could help you with? Are you interested in-
actually,
Oh, yes,
you
go ahead.
wouldn't happen to have any explosives, like any grenades on hand, would you?
Well, now, unfortunately, I can't just sell small batch explosives. Those are actually behind lock and key for large batch orders for the mining excavations that go down in the pit.
Makes sense.
But if
But
you're an employee, then
okay,
maybe you might get access to the explosives.
how would said employee even become employee in order to acquire these vast?
Like, without even
Explosives.
speaking, he slams down a scroll. It's like a papyrus fucking scroll. And he goes, fill it out, bring it back next Thursday for an interview party. We can get you down to the mines.
And I head out.
All right, Yanis, Brightbolt. As you leave.
Yeah, I do the thing back to him, just
All right.
trigger guns. Yeah.
We're going to be fun friends. All right, so you take off. Where are you heading to next?
How much drugs were you on when you made this guy?
240 milligrams of caffeine.
All right. So I got what I needed. I got some ammunition for a bit.
Nicotine. All right, where
So
are
I
you
got some
gonna go?
ammunition, got this weird quest, and I got a scroll for basically an application scroll. Give me just a second. Okay. Okay. So that was the main thing. I guess. Let
The
me
last
kind
thing
of like.
The last thing that your party
Mhm.
said that they were going to do was to go to the Black Veil HQ. You guys were all
Yeah.
actually on your way there before
Sure.
you were like, I need to get gun, or I need to get bullets.
So Black Veil HQ. What I will do right now as I head out, I want to look for like the most secluded spot I can, kind of like an alley thing.
Sure.
Like you go in, it's an alley, and no one there.
All right.
I go for the nearest one.
Give me the old investigation check as you are kind of, all right, let's see, where's the next? Okay.
Investigation. You did say investigation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
12.
fuck yeah. Yeah. I mean, you cross the main highway, you get over into some of these like little, they're not like slum areas. These are more like, a lot of these are like hostels. You get the sense as you're walking in here, like the assortment of people who are like staying together. A lot of these people, they either commute here and then live here for a while, or they all just like rent is cheaper when you split it 16 ways. You know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're able to find a nice little hideout. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna take a look at that package I picked up.
Right. So you unveil that package. inside of the cheesecloth looking like fabric is this small rectangular box. It's about this big, right? So it's like what is that? 10 inches, 12 inches long by roughly about 4 inches on the side. So it's like a rectangle.
Damn.
It looks
Kinda
like
like a
it's
big brickish, right? Like a little
kind
big
of
brick.
It's basically like a small crate, right? Like it's
Okay.
made out of wood. It's built similarly to a crate, but it's cracked all the way down, like from one corner to the other. It's cracked enough to where you could probably easily pry it open if you wanted to.
Okay.
I assume you're gonna do that.
Can I am I able to just slowly pry in and see if there's anything inside it?
So as you go to you would have to kind of you'd have to break it open because there's no readily seen seam for you to be able to look inside it. But when you kind of twist it just enough to kind of open up the crack a little bit, and you would see that there is an additional cheesecloth inside. But this time it looks like it's tightly wrapped around some sort of a handle.
Okay. I break it open as carefully as I can.
And you kind of ming, and it kind of comes apart like a what's that fucking, what is that? Is it a scotch that starts with a, what's the scotch that starts with a G that comes in the big
Glenlivet.
Yeah,
Gin?
that's it. It's like a Glenlivet fucking, you know what I mean? And so it
Okay, yeah.
kind of fits off of itself, and then inside is this is an 8-inch long tool. It's got a handle that has like ribs or fins all the way down from one side to the other. The other end of the handle is this sort of metallic shank that comes off another 4 inches or so. And then inside of that, it looks like there's a couple of little bits that look like you can interchange them in the end of it. And one of them has a cross on it, one of them is flat, one of them is a square, one of them is a 10-pointed star, it looks like, but it looks like
Is it a fucking screwdriver?
Yeah. So you find a screwdriver, but you don't know it's a screwdriver because those haven't been invented yet. Not to your knowledge. Fuck you.
Fuck you, this is making this sound like it's some crazy treasure. It's a fucking screwdriver.
Yeah, but it sounds better if I just describe it and don't say you find a screwdriver, but you find it, and you
Why? Looks going why do I feel slightly disappointed?
actually make me an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, that's surprisingly high. Hey, 19 total.
How much about artificing would John be familiar with? You've had to MacGyver your own shit for the majority of your time, ever since you decided to become an artificer way back when Saul talked you into it. You've sort of kept that up. You've kind of lost your roguish ways and sort of taken on more of a bulkier fighter sort of feel. But this has a weird almost like a thrum of magic to it as you immediately you can feel it when you turn on, and there's there's a little bit of a button. You click that button and the actual screwdriver itself goes and you're like, whoa. And you click it off and you're like, wait a minute.
Okay, so yeah, he finds this electronic twisty thing. He's like, ooh.
Give me a history check with advantage.
Check with advantage?
Yeah.
Check what?
A history check, sorry.
History. Okay.
Yeah.
Click. Hey, 32. And click.
Oh, hey, we also learned if you right-click on the skill or
42.
attack that you're going to do, you can do it at advantage or disadvantage,
Yeah,
right?
if you go to history and then right click it, and then it'll ask advantage. Yeah, that's fucking clean.
I see it.
22. You know exactly what this is.
Okay.
It's an all-purpose tool. Would you like to attune to it?
All-purpose tool. Yeah, as soon as John's kind of I know what this is. This is an all-purpose tool.
So this is going to take you about an hour of fiddling with it and figuring out ooh, this is the setting that I like to keep it at, and then you press the button and it spins. It's basically an electronic screwdriver, right? Go ahead and add all-purpose tool +1 to your inventory.
Yeah. Okay. So
While holding this tool,
inventory.
you will gain the bonus to spell attack rolls and saving throw DCs of all of your artificer spells. The bonus tool is determined by its rarity. As an action, you can focus on the tool to channel your creative forces. You can choose a cantrip that you don't know from any class list. And for 8 hours, you can cast that cantrip. And it counts as an artificer cantrip for you.
I gotta memorize this one.
Huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the +1, +2, +3,
It's the
or none of
+1.
those? +1. Added.
All of your
Equipment.
spell attacks just go up by 1.
Your DC
Nice.
goes up by 1.
This is essentially you're kind of using it like a wand, right?
Yeah.
Basically. And you can the best part about this is that you can cast a cantrip from any spell list. Ranger spells, warlock spells, wizard spells, sorcerer spells, warlock spells, eldritch blast. But you can cast it and you can change it out every dawn.
Okay. I
So-
like that.
That's what happens when you roll a 2.
Eldritch Blast.
Last time, yeah.
Good sonic screwdriver.
Last time it was a bag of holding. This time it's an all-purpose tool. So, that is actually very. Hold on one sec. I need Amanda to verify this. Amanda.
Yeah.
I need you to verify this right here. You see this here?
Yeah.
What are the rest of the items? Quick.
That lets you know that it was not catered to.
It was already
No,
predetermined.
it was
by fate.
predetermined that there was a chance to find this in this area, and you found the magic item in this area. So, congratulations. So, are you gonna go back with the party then?
I'm going to pawn this thing.
All right. You want to pawn it? What do you want to take it?
Go find someone
Okay,
to
so
lead it.
I'm just gonna go for it and just like, this is pretty good. Now, are there any brothels nearby? I will look for a brothel.
Okay. So, make me. Are you gonna ask people, or are you just gonna go try to find one?
I'm gonna see if how far. Let's spend the next 5 minutes. 5 minutes looking somewhere to get my dick wet.
Give me a perception check. What
Alright.
would you do if you don't find it before you make that check? What would you do if you don't find it?
If I don't find it in the next 5 minutes, I will ask around.
Okay.
Actually, I will go back to BCI and ask Yanis.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Go ahead and roll me perception.
10
what
total.
you see that it's so gross in this area. Everything is covered in soot and concrete dust that you're not entirely certain that there would even be a brothel down here. But if you want to go and ask Yanis.
But the centaur war horses.
Just need a bucket.
Yeah, that's it.
Or if you're lucky, no
JRHNBR.
bucket required.
Jesus.
JRHNBR, baby. All right, so
I will.
I hate that you have that so close in your memory banks to just blah.
the
acronym.
guy's face is in my head.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. All right, what do you want to do, Bruno?
Yeah, let me go to Yanis. Let me go back to
Okay.
him.
As you head back to Yanis, we're gonna cut to. Good to see you again. And then now we cut to the group in the second floor of the tower behind the cemetery, which Nigel calls home. Mayo, Kaioken, Keksi, you all have just gotten done taking your short rest, and where Keksi looked at.
Yeah, everything that I learned, I would have relayed to the group.
Right. About the hags, and Kaioken and Mayo was talking about his strength being gone, and Kaioken was like, and Mayo and Keksi were all talking about we need to go.
Yeah, we're running out of time. So should we just like go, or should we tell what's his face that we're leaving?
Was he
I'll give
going
a
up
knock
there
on
to
the door.
grab something, or
I
okay,
think
you
he's
do
going up
that.
there to sleep.
I have
It
something.
sounded like he, even though he didn't exert himself, maybe the walking caused him to perspire too much, and he went to bed. That's what it sounded like to me. I'll give him a knock and see if he wants to join us. If not, I mean, if what you guys are saying, we're fighting vampires. He seems like he's good with the dead. I don't know if he's going to be... I don't know. But I will go knock on his door, see if he wants to join us. If not, we'll see what happens.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
While you do that, I'll do something too.
What is Kaioken gonna do while he goes upstairs?
Oh,
I
geez,
pull on the blue scaled Bahir gauntlets and I start like trying to do this. And if nothing happens,
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to a chair and then punch it and then look at the glove.
Gotcha.
And then
Keksi
after
glares
that,
at Kaioken.
Did I tell you how many charges you get of that?
no.
by the
Right
way-
now it's all mystery.
Just a total side note. I completely forgot to tell you the main reason why I asked you to equip and unequip besides like accounting and whatnot. I totally fucking spaced on that. Is because this allows you to cast the cantrip Shocking Grasp, and I would
Right.
not want you to have that in your spell list if you didn't have it equipped, and then to be
Yes.
like I use it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I totally fucking spaced on saying that. But
No, and that's why I've been taking it on and off.
right.
But the next thing I'm trying to discover is if I can still. So I'm breaking the chair regardless. I want to try and use mending, which is a verbal and somatic,
Right.
with the gloves on to see if I could cast spells with these on my hands.
Got you. So, hiya, and hiya. As you go to ping, let me see. I could have swore that I have it in the description of the actual item. Did I not add that to your character sheet?
Gauntlets equipped with the static charms of a Bahir. When friction is applied to the gauntlets, the built-up electrical energy, can be released as an action.
Right.
This allows you to cast Shocking Grasp with a verbal component.
And that's all
Without
it says?
without a verbal component, yes. Can be upgraded by a Master Smith or Monster Hunter.
Got you. Okay. Let's see. Let me just double check my notes here real quick. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm more or less trying to figure out if I like have to punch things before I get it, or if it's just once a day it does it, or
Right. And that's so if it has charges, which is why I'm going to my notepad that has absolutely
no,
nothing
it
else.
does have a charge.
One
I didn't
charge.
see that. Yes, one charge.
So, as you go to do that, you would see the I believe I called them like boba or like
Yeah.
fucking, like
Little
tapioca balls or whatever inside.
Yeah.
As you go to hit them, you would see that they do go, but then it dissipates. You go, and and it dissipates out. Given enough time, the membranes may be able to retain a charge, but at this point, they are not able to.
Okay.
But
And then I try and do
you
mending.
do mending. So I didn't expect that. I expected you to want to use a weapon, which, like I said, they're riding gloves, so they're like this, and they're basically like frozen like this. I don't know if the somatic way,
Right.
but you know what? Give me a nature check.
Natural 1 for a 5.
Give me an Arcana check at disadvantage.
Okay. Right-click it. Arcana.
Who knows?
disadvantage.
Miracles can happen.
6. One better.
Okay. As you go, you're like, all right. I know that I can cast spells. I know that I have to wave my hands around, and I have to do stuff when I'm not utilizing my own innate sorcerer ability. But you're like, all right, and you get the triple replicate. It's not looking like you figured out how.
Yeah. And then I take them off and put them in my backpack.
All right. As we trail over to Mayonnaise.
Then I fix the chair.
God damn it. All right. Comes back. It looks like the little pieces of wood that are just barely not splintered together. It creates this little zigzag of fresh wood pattern all the way down the chair. Yeah. Mayo, you walk up the stairs. It's only about like a 10-foot walk. You get up to the top. There's no door. It's just an open archway. And so as you go to the top and you look around the corner, I believe that Nigel was asleep, but what you would see is him surrounded by his zombie horde, as
They'd
well
be
as
on the ground by
so
now.
they'd be dead, or they'd be
They'd be the magic that powers those guys would be gone. They'd be lying on the ground.
Oh, because your 6 skeletons are gone.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, so the 6 minions would be dead. So then you would just see a circle of bodies all the way around him, and then you would see this one dog just kind of.
The dog's invisible. You wouldn't see him at all.
Oh, then you wouldn't. You would just hear growling then, unless he would just.
No, as soon
automatically
as he
attack.
got within 30 feet, it'd start barking really loud.
So then it starts barking really loudly, and so you would hear him.
He kind of gets up. Wipes her sleep from his eyes. Who goes there?
I don't think I've walked into a grimmer scene in my life yet, but
He claps on the torchlight, and as soon as he sees him, he kind of pulls out the blankets over his chest.
Don't look at my babies.
Can I help you, knight?
Just Mayo is fine. Don't worry about the night thing. That's just mostly ceremony.
We're on a first name basis, so we are friends.
I mean, friends live, but we'll see. We'll see. The rest of the guys, those two downstairs and I are gonna head out and find some clues about where these Black Veil people might be staying. Wondering if you want to stay behind, if you want to come with us.
I am way too weak right now to go fight anyone. I'm surprised with how weakened they are that they would like to do that. I guess as long as they're not going to fight and just scouting, it makes sense. But I shall stay here and prepare myself for when the big battle comes.
All right. Do you have like a? You like a
phone number or?
Yeah. Yo, so can I get them digits, old man?
Keksi would have told Mayo like about where he would go. I know that Keksi wanted to go. We're gonna be going back down to Dockside.
Yeah.
We're gonna probably check the Dockside house where Therai stays. If we can't find him just walking around, I mean that would be kind of the best place to look for him. So maybe if you wanted to just relay that to Nigel, that maybe he would find us at the Dockside house or whatever it's called.
Well, I actually I wouldn't like to use it. I do have a scrying spell, but it takes a lot out of me.
Maybe just if you feel up to it, come join us. If you don't, get some rest. You're the crypt keeper. You got your job to do. I've got my job. We've all got our separate stuff to do. But thanks for the bodies earlier. Kind of helped out. Other than that, we're gonna go take off. But yeah, if you feel up to it, then we might be at a bar in Dockside. What was the bar's name again?
The Sea Spray.
Yeah, we might be at the Sea Spray. We might be at the Common House. Wherever we're investigating, just look for us down there. I mean, kind of hard to miss a weird group like this, I guess.
Very true.
So you say he finds you at Sea Spray or the Common House? Or just generally asks for you because you are weird? Or uncommon?
Yeah, just look for the tall guy. He's taller than everyone else. Kind of big.
Okay, I shall do that. It shall take me about 6 hours.
Yeah, like I said, get your rest. We'll do some investigating. We might. Yeah.
So at that point,
hopefully let's meet up.
6 hours would make it what, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock? I can't remember what time it was.
Yeah, no, it was 2 o'clock when we took our short rest. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say I think it's much later than that because the Black Veil time thing went to like 10 o'clock.
Oh,
And
the
then
Blackfield time thing went to 8 from.
We finished.
Yeah.
We finished at the. We got to the crypt at 12. I remember.
I just remember last week when it was calculated that if we took a long rest, it'd be 2 hours until showtime.
So it would be 10 o'clock when your long rest is over.
Yeah, I just remember that as soon as my long rest was over, it'd be 2 hours until the timer would be up.
Yep, and the timer's up at midnight, so it would be 10 o'clock.
10. Oh yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right. So, then in that case,
Mayo's gonna give like the 2-finger salute and then just head back down the stairs. Old man says that he's gonna take a rest, so looks like investigation's up to us.
Okay.
Sounds good.
all right. So you guys,
Down. 1 sec. You kind of go to the stairs. Would any poison help you out by chance?
I'm not thirsty.
No, don't drink the poison.
I don't.
If you apply this poison to a weapon, it will deal more damage.
I don't know if that's gonna work on vampires, though. I don't really know much about them, but I mean, we could try it if you want. I'll take some.
I'm
I'll
pretty
take
sure
some.
we'll be fine.
I'll take some.
I give them the 2 basic poisons I have.
Got it.
Keksi has 2 poisons.
Thank you.
Unless if
Inventory. I don't know. Just poison.
Ooh, I shed my proficiency with poison to
What?
my session.
Oh, Kaioken, do you want a poison?
sure, I'll put it on my club how does it work? Do I just, put it
Just
on there?
if you put it on there, it will last for a set amount of time. I just deleted them, so you have to read them when you get them.
Or you
What-
can
what is it
poison a
under?
drink and mix
Basic
it up
poison.
and
Oh, basic poison.
okay, I'll add that right now. Off to the bar. Sea spray.
so
What would it be under?
Don't forget to lock the door, and he goes back to bed.
Well, it just typed in poison, then basic vial.
go to manage inventory, poison.
Sweet.
I know.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are gonna head back down to the first floor, see all of the gross bodies and whatnot that are there that didn't get turned into grossness, and then you guys are gonna exit out the front of the cemetery. You find yourself in the graveyard at the north end of the non-paral district, and you all want to go to the sea spray then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to go through the husbandry district or through the non-paral district?
Can we
Did
see
I
the
go
map?
Did I go through the husbandry district earlier?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
the husbandry district is how we got you.
I am.
Or on PCI?
Yes. I am going to. Yeah. Oh, that's husbandry. Yeah, that's Caravan. Okay.
I'm gonna just follow Keksi where she wants to go.
Let's. Whatever way's gonna be fastest, I think. Does it matter?
I mean, kind
We
of not
looked at-
really. You guys are at the polar opposite side of the city from the sea spray. Sea spray is at the docks. You guys are literally north of the adamantine anvil. So
Let's go the other way because Kaioken kind of got distracted by all of the stuff last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recognize some streets over here. I'm also very curious and wanting to come back and talk to the farmers.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to come back.
all right. So you're gonna take the non-paral district.
See.
Sweet. Go ahead and roll me a D100. It
I
sounds
do
like
it?
Keksi's taking charge of this.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Big money, low whammies.
No.
Damn it.
No, complete opposite. I roll too good. You see?
okay. So, I mean, you've literally walked like the entire distance of this district, several times over now, right? Between all of your guys' back and forths and shit, you guys have walked fucking everywhere. So yeah, I mean, you're able to keep to the main streets. It's kind of crowded because it's the middle of the day. This is like the height of shopping and business, like in the non-paral. As you guys are going, you pass by the adamantine anvil and you notice that there's like excessively large amounts of investigators and or guards there. You guys pass by the iron golem that still has its fucking closed sign, except that now there is there is 2 guards standing out front of where you guys would have normally like approached to buy. The wood is still up, but now there's just 2 guards just standing there. As you guys are passing by even further, you make your way across. Ooh, I need Kaioken, Keksi, and not Mayo to give me a perception check.
Uh-oh. Hey, question.
2 for 10.
After we got our short rest, did anything happen? I got 5.
Oh, our strength. Did our strength come back?
That is right. Yes. So, thank you for reminding me. It's been so chaotic. All of you guys, your strength would come back to. So you can get rid of the strength score override from the shadows that you guys fought. Bring yourselves back up to full strength for whatever levels you guys are.
I think I was maxed out, right? Well, I don't remember where I was
We'll
at.
just delete
delete the override score.
Yeah.
Oh.
Make it. Don't put 0, but just delete it. And it should change it.
Ah!
Hey.
Do I have to do anything? Just
That's
leave it? Okay.
Yeah, you can click off it or whatever. So yeah, you guys like
All of
after
our muscles
rest-
just
Well, so,
blast
like, as you
back
guys,
out.
what it would feel like is, you know, like a
It's
like
just
lactic
JoJo
acid
pose
buildup.
day.
Right.
You would
That-
feel like super sore and just like you can't really. And then as you guys like take that rest, you kind of like, you know, take a bunch of fucking branched chain amino acids and creatine, and you're just like letting it all break up. You pee all of that lactic acid out, and you're like, yes, this is amazing now. I'm ready to superset. So you guys start walking. You make your way across, and you fucking you guys keep going. You end up coming around the bend. You go down. You see the fucking Arcane Eye. Like,
Did we get inspiration last session?
I believe you guys all spent. Your
We had it.
inspiration.
And
Oh,
what was
yeah,
said
you're
it, Kyle
right.
has-
Yeah, Kyle's the only
Get
one that did
inspiration
it.
again?
I like to imagine that
survive?
while they're on the like near
Yeah,
the
give it
end
a
of the
second, then I'll
short
give it to
rest,
you.
like
give it to
there's
me?
sounds of the
Can I roll?
wood cracking, and Kaioken's like, "What's going on?" And he looks over, and it's just Mayo in a JoJo pose, and Keksi's also in a JoJo pose.
No, we're...
Yeah.
But Kaioken is walking doing the Henry Cavill arm reload.
Oh yeah, but he just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
And he's making the cocking sound. All right.
Yeah,
We're getting off on a
Um,
tangent here.
As we're walking past the Arcane Eye, does anyone come out to smoke a pipe on their porch
Yes,
at half
they do.
breath?
Yes,
Okay.
they do. You would see a ebon-skinned, white-haired lady come out onto the porch of the Arcane Eye. She's not smoking.
Oh.
She is just watching you.
Is this a lady that we've seen before?
This
Yes.
is the lady that appeared before you guys on
Ooh,
the cart.
we have her name.
With the black
I know
veil,
her name.
right?
You now know her name is Kaylin. And you've heard that Nigel calls her the Watcher.
Oh, Keksi wants to say something so bad.
Funny enough is that
Fucking come
you
get
guys
this
feel
hair.
you're probably about 100 feet away from her, but you guys both feel in your head.
Hello. It seems that you have been inquiring about me, haven't you?
I look to Keksi to see if she looks shocked as I look shocked.
You can definitely tell that we know what's going on.
Mayo does not hear this, correct?
Mayo does not hear this. Do you guys stop, or are you just gonna
Yeah,
continue walking?
we'd be kind of looking at each other and back up to the woman.
Tribute was nice enough to explain to me that you had inquired about my involvement with this place. Please.
So they've-
Always,
What?
Go ahead. All right.
Oh,
please, always be vigilant of your surroundings, as you never know who is watching you.
Ah, because they call you the Watcher, right? You're always watching.
Precisely. I have eyes everywhere.
So, question: did they full on stop and like move over to go talk to the old lady, or are they just talking?
No, we're not talking.
even if they didn't
It's in
approach,
in
they
our
both
minds.
just stopped and went,
It's in our brain banks.
You would see them clone army just stop and turn on a die.
And then she just goes, "Oh, execute Order 66." Do it.
All right. What do you, Maya? What do you do when you see that they've stopped? You kind of get like 5 feet ahead of them. You just look.
Yeah,
back
notice that like the echo of JoJo music has now stopped. So he looks back and sees that the choir has back there and goes back and is like, "Hey, Bachan, how you doing?"
You're muted.
Or who are you saying that to?
I'm saying that to Kaylin.
Oh, you say hi to her?
Yeah. Hi, Bachan. How you doing?
You would hear in your mind,
Young knight, hello.
you can.
I wanted to ask her where Grimtooth was. Because we're in front of the Arcane Eye, correct? We're not in front of the Black Veil. Yeah.
So, you're asking that. Mayo, what is your response?
Mayo is. So has Mayo? Let me ask this: has Mayo ever had psionic interactions before like that, or no?
I can't imagine he would have.
So Mayo is like cleaning out his ears, like what the?
All right, and then Kaioken?
So is there... I don't hear Keksi thinking these words to her. So my question would be, have you seen our friend Olaf? He was afflicted by something and came to Grimtooth. Is he here?
All of these things happen simultaneously. And simultaneously, you all would get to Keksi. She would be like,
He is tending to the young one.
and then to Kaioken, she would say,
He has to undergo an additional transformation in order for his affliction to be changed. Grimtooth is seeing to that.
and then to Mayo, she would go,
Yes, think your thoughts, and I will be able to hear them.
She said the young one, correct?
correct.
Would I know who that she's talking about, or no?
I have no idea.
As Mayo thinks, he's also speaking out loud. Think my thought.
So, Kaioken and Keksi, you guys would hear this. Kaioken, were you responding to what she said?
Yeah.
And how would you respond?
Is there any way that we can help this transformation? Because we would need his assistance later tonight.
All right, and then what did Keksi say again?
Who is the young one?
Yeah, Kexi's just confused, just trying to figure out who the young one is.
Okay.
So I'd ask something along the lines of, who do you mean the young one?
So to Keksi,
Like, Olaf isn't young. Like, he's old.
To Keksi, she would go,
Your Arcane Eye friend is considerably younger than both Grimtooth and I. Even in the ripe old age of his 6th decade, he is but a drop in the bucket of Grimtooth, who is but a drop in the bucket of myself, relatively speaking.
Is she talking about Therai?
No, Olaf. Olaf's like 60.
Olaf. Oh, okay.
But she's like...
In my
100.
mind, Olaf is super duper old, but now I get it because she's like centuries and shit. Okay, cool. Okay, got it.
and then Kaioken, you were asking if there was something that you guys could help with, and so to you, she would be like,
Unfortunately, this is, as of now, above your potential, if you will. I lament what running into Corvus's shadow has done to you. Truly. But
That kind of shocks him because he's like, he thinks that was totally secluded. But
right.
yeah. If anyone sees it, Kaioken looks like even more double shocked.
Yeah. And then to Mayo, she would go,
yes, think your words, and I can also understand your rudimentary feelings of confusion.
So we'll take this. Start with Josh, and then we'll work our way back.
Three
Okay, so I just
conversations at once is tough.
Yeah, I just have one last question that I want to
I did-
ask her
right,
before we
right.
continue on our way.
Okay. And so Josh.
All right, rudimentary is kind of mean, but like I'm assuming you're doing, and while Miles thinking back, he's like making the motions, but he's like, I'm assuming that you're doing
gesticulating
mind
while he's
things.
also-
Italianing.
Both of them, yeah. Yeah, but, hey, did you see the gabagoo?
So
Yeah, I just saw the gabagoo or something. He's like, I'm assuming that you're doing like the mind thing to both of them as well. We've got some time sensitive things to be taken care of. If you don't mind, if they're your friends, I don't mind leaving them here for.
And then Kaioken says,
If he is available tonight, in the next 6 hours, could you have him meet us in Dockside and look for us?
and then Keksi says,
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't quite understand why you, an Arcane Eye member, is hanging around with the Black Veil.
Well, that is simple. Because I hold both loyalties and neither loyalties. Both require my services and help, and neither trusts that the other one is already infiltrated. I promise you, I am on my own side, unlike my brothers.
Brothers by blood or brothers by belief?
In arms?
That too, whatever.
You could consider us of the same ilk.
and then to
Interesting.
Kaioken, she says,
That will entirely be up to his own constitutional fortitude, whether or not he can survive 2 transformations in one night in order to get his mortality back.
and then to fucking Mayo, she goes,
Of course, young one, you are so inexperienced for one who is so powerful. I see great things for you, should you keep your blade steady and your wits about you. Remember, perception is always your friend.
She's
Pun
had the
intended.
old bull. Now she wants cat.
I think that concludes all 3 conversations.
Yeah,
right?
that would be. I
Yeah,
would
more or
basically
less.
say thank
So-
you and farewell.
Yeah. So all 3 of you guys make me a wisdom saving throw.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, shit.
Oh fuck!
Okay.
Natural 20 for 25.
Oh, fuck
Sick.
you.
Wisdom?
11.
Yes, wisdom.
Get out of my brain.
Kaioken,
Ooh, double levels.
you understand what's going on.
Oh, wait.
What?
Oh, no, I don't give it to me.
You understand what's going on immediately, and you are able to create your intellectual fortress, if you will, of just like, nope, you're not getting in there. Steel trap. Right? And so, you know that she's
Can't
trying
get
to...
in this cavern.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so, you know that she is trying to essentially delve into your memories. As she's trying to, like, read your mind, but on a deeper subconscious level.
Yeah.
Keksi and Mayo, you guys feel an impression that doesn't hurt you, right? What you do feel is you, for the briefest instant, you feel yourself remembering all of the events of the last 6 hours, but in a flash. Almost like how you remember things anyways, like in like all of the like snapshots that your mind takes of things that it deems important. You're just like, and then you guys are like, the fuck was that? And then she goes, in all 3 of your minds, she goes,
Thank you. I
You didn't
hope
have my consent.
that I feel would have been impossible to have.
Just
And
like
she
the
just
old
remains
man,
standing there.
he's gonna give a 2-finger salute and go, "All right, guys, let's keep moving."
All right. So Keksi, are you wanting to go enter combat with her? No. Okay. So you guys are gonna continue making your way south, or are you guys gonna stop anywhere else? Cool. You guys make your way down, and you gonna take the stairs? Or you gonna take the crane?
Oh, let's take the grain. I got the coin for it.
All right. That'll be 15 silver.
Thank you.
The rates go up. I thought it was 3 apiece.
That's what he said was 15 silver. Give me an insight check.
He's telling the truth. It must go up on.
Must be
The
like
15th
premium,
day of
like
the
rush
month.
hour.
Yeah.
Must be rush hour. You know, there's a lot of people here. It's the middle of the day. A lot of people trying to get to and fro.
Oh, I think it's cheaper
Wait.
this time. Here's 15.
Wait.
15 silver.
Big
What?
man, let me try this real quick. Yeah, we're on some guard and mainlanders business. We kind of got to get through real quick, and we don't have all that coin to spare. You mind if we just like pay a 3 silver each?
Make me a persuasion check at advantage.
Ooh.
I might have.
Damn, you got a
I
good
might have-
persuasion. Holy shit.
It's almost
Oh,
like
you're
he's a
paladin.
paladin.
I forget.
He goes, "Oh, mainlander business? Sorry, man. Here, you know what? No charge. Go ahead. If you guys are on job, then I don't want to slow you guys down. There's a ruckus down there, and so you just have to wait for the regular time. Go right on ahead, man." And so you guys are ushered on. You
Yeah,
keep your 15 silver.
as they like get ushered on, he's gonna be like, "Hey, just make sure to stay up on this side tonight. Here's some crazy stuff is going down there."
Hey, it's all right. I'm off in like 2 hours, so we're good. So, you guys end up getting down there. It's right around 3:30ish. By the time you guys actually get down to dockside, and when you guys land, you're like, "Here we go." We're gonna cut over to John. John, we're gonna rewind you back a little bit. So you find yourself back at BCI. You're standing in front of Yanis. You ask him where the whorehouses are, and he says,
Oh, well, not that I need to go there, but if I had to tell you, I would say the best places to pick up the cleanest ladies might be the sea spray. Actually, they're pretty loose down there. It's quite nice. They don't like charge. It's up to your own, basically go there and just try to get a date. But that's like the easiest place I've found, in my own personal opinion.
so that's what he tells you when you go back in after not finding a fucking brothel.
You might be muted. You're definitely muted.
Yep, there you go.
Sea spray. And which direction did you say that one was again?
Just go straight south, go down to the docks, and you'll see a ship that looks like it was put upside down on top of the dock. And that's the sea spray. I mean, you
Sea spray.
You look like a pirate. Like, you didn't go in there when you... sorry, you look like a sailor. But you didn't, go into the sea spray. It's like the first stop most sailors go to. But, okay, that's cool.
Cool.
Word of advice,
Curiosity, yeah.
when you go there, anybody wearing a brown cloak, just give them a wide berth, okay? There's more of them there than you might think.
Okay. And now I'm just gonna head on out there. I'm done with this.
Perfect.
Head south.
All right, so yeah, you're gonna so it'll take you roughly about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, to get back across
Okay.
from the pit all the way up. And now roll me a d100.
And roll.
As you're making my way all the way down.
70.
Roll me 2d6.
All right, here we go. 3. Oh, you say 2 of them, right?
Yeah, 2d6, please.
3, 5. So
Nice. Okay.
yeah.
So, as you enter dockside and you're making your way through, there's a few things that you notice that are kind of livening up. This is right around like 2:30ish that you make your way back, and you notice that there's like these pockets of like commoners and hunters members that are like, they're basically doing the West Side Story where they're like ganging up and they're about to like start fucking like brawling with each other. There's
Holy
two of them
shit.
holding hands, swinging around in a circle with a knife as they're trying to fight. But like you'll notice that these like small pockets of arguments are breaking out between these people. It looks like the road's getting a little rough down here, just a little bit. But you start making your way through. You go all the way down to the dock where you got back on. And then, yeah, when you get onto the dock itself, there's a massive ship that has been upturned. It looks like it comes from the ground up onto this dock, and it looks like it's just been, like, shoved up there. And you see a couple of pirate flags hanging out of it, like the Jolly Rogers and whatnot hanging out of it. You see, like, there's a bunch of groups of people outside, primarily people wearing the same colored black cloaks, or I mean not black cloaks, brown cloaks, and shit like that. Are you gonna go into the sea spray?
Yes.
Excellent. So approaching the sea spray, you look like a sailor, right? You're in sailor garb. So when you walk in, or when you walk up to the front, these guys don't really fuck around with you too much, right? They're like, you look like you're one of the guys. You walk the walk, you talk the talk. As you come to approach the front door, one of the guys in the brown rags puts his hand in front of me and goes, "There's a cover charge, man."
Ah, the cover charge. First time I ever heard of that.
Yeah, it's a new rule that we're implementing now that it's a little dangerous out in these streets. We want to keep people safe on the inside now.
No, I believe you. Except, never really had to worry about a cover charge before, especially if it's a new rule.
Right. I know it's hard, man. It's hard out there, but it's safe in here. So if you want a safe drink, the safest spot in dockside, then you're definitely gonna need to pay the toll.
Does it really look like I'm the kind of person that needs to be worried about being safe, lad?
Looks like you're the kind of person that's surrounded by about 10 people that want to harm you, and one person that wants to keep you safe.
Well, I think I know how to take my chances. So how about you let me through?
All right, pal. And as he steps in front of the doorway and you see these people come around you, we're going to take a break because we got some baby stuff happening. We're going to come back with Kyle. Let's go ahead and take a break, get up, go pee-pee, and then we'll find out. All right, so as John does the man with no name, surrounded by 10 guys, we are going to go back, right back up to the non-parial district, where Nigel, your hound, begins barking.
He wakes up and claps his hands to turn on his torch.
So as you clap, you don't actually see anybody there.
Is the dog still barking?
Yes.
I know you're there. My dog sees anything, even invisible. And he's somewhere in this room. Some 5 foot in this room. If you get close to him, he will attack. It could be anywhere. As he holds the covers closer to him.
You would hear out loud. You would hear,
"Oh, Legion. It has been some time."
His face, Kyla, hang on, let me pull up that page.
You know, I was willing to let it be. It would seem as though you're never too far from home, though, are you?
Galen, you know we've always been friends. I don't blame you for what happened. You know I worship you. I used to, quite literally. You know I have no hate or animosity towards, the group. I just feel like maybe you guys took, that Corvus's side over me.
While I do regret the choices that Corvus made, I hold no ill will against you. And
I hold no will towards you, Kalen. You were my friend. We all were friends, remember?
I do remember. And
I
think
still have the poisonous
fondly
kid.
On those times when you were asking and I was telling and teaching.
Those are some of my favorite memories, getting stronger.
I will give you this much advice. When you barricade yourself in a tower, don't forget to install doors and have them locked.
You see, when they left, I distinctly remember them to lock the door. You can't trust living beings anymore, I tell you, Kalen. Everything is better when they're dead.
Precisely. Well...
And you see she kind of apparates. She's not looking at you. She's actually looking off. Like, if you're staring at her, she's looking towards, like, your right. But she's, like, turned, like, 90 degrees adjacent to you. And she's looking to the right. And she's like,
would you kindly dismiss your hound? This is irritating to the ears.
Yes, that is why I speak louder. I find that it works better. Hang on. Clap on, clap off. Bark, 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 bark.
Thank you.
And she turns to you, and you would see that, like, normally her ebony skin and her eyes, you would know that her eyes are white, like, all white with a slight pink hue to them. She's actually closing her eyes when she looks at you. As she turns to you, and she goes,
you see... I believe that everything happens for a reason. And your journey is no different. I won't personally stop you.
Would that also mean you might perchance help me? Like the good old days. Me, you,
You should know. I gave you that book. You did not steal it from me. You know why they called me the Watcher. You could not get past me. But I hope it has done you well.
It has. It's given me strength when my strength was stolen.
Perfect. Well, I suppose call it nostalgia or some sort of memory. Want to see you. When I heard that you were here from Corvus, I figured I might as well stop by.
You have no idea how hard it's been to stay away from your gaze. I've had to live like a hermit there.
Well,
it's, I started getting friends because, to deal with some troubles in life, we need friends, like back then when we, came upon you in the road.
I have found that the friends that you have gotten are perfect tools.
They are means to an end.
Precisely.
I even kind of like them. Maybe when I take over the Black Veil, I can kill them and rise them up as my new friends. Real friends who can't betray me.
Well, whatever your endeavors, wherever they take you, just know that the bond that we shared so long ago, while broken now, I will cherish this time. Unfortunately, Legion, I could not possibly be compelled to assist you in the destruction of my brothers.
So, like, half his face is smiling and half his face is, like, crying.
Oh boy, that is yeah. Okay, so he's going a little slack there. That's cool.
Yes, but this means that you won't get in my way?
Presently, I would not.
Because I know I hate that Corvus. I'm not too big a fan of that tribute, as you well remember. But I feel like maybe Corinth has some blame, and I wouldn't be against maybe taking my revenge out on him too, if you weren't against it.
I do so hate when my children bicker, but you will do as you must, and the rest will do as they must.
He does that, like, quick anime, like, in the sheets, on top of the sheets, like, kind of praying. Thank you, Caleb, thank you. You would have no idea how much stress that relieves me. I do think of you fondly over anyone else. I would love if maybe you have any type of blessing you could bestow upon me.
You could see this warning as a blessing.
Yes?
Corinth, as you know, belongs to Gerald. And Corvus is his own way. But do not underestimate that me and my brethren are bound together. And what that entails may put us at an impasse.
So you mean I could possibly get them to work against each other? Gerald has always been the big planners, him being so wise and thinking himself some type of sage. I'm sure that he would love to be the so-called leader over Corinth one day, but I never thought I could work that in my plans.
Oh. The machinations of mortals never ceases to amaze. Well,
you know that we are weak and fragile and broken beneath your gaze, Caleb.
I will leave you now. Just know that you will do as you have done, and I will not stop that, but...
One more question, Kalen, before you go.
Yes, my child.
Have you thought about my problem? My dying problem? You know I cannot go back. You know I would never go back to that realm.
Correct. Well, you are no longer a member of the Ordo Praetoro Magicka, so unfortunately, I could not possibly assist you in that endeavor, but should you change your mind, seek us out, and we will help. What?
Yes, I shall seek you out, Kalen. Even, yes, you are the only one I can trust. You know I cannot trust the rest.
Then I will see you in Galandria.
Galandria?
That is where my home is now. That is where I have domain.
And with that, she's going to turn and actually physically walk out of your tower with her eyes closed.
Yes, I shall do as you command.
And then we are going to cut back to Keksi, Mayo, Kaioken. You three find yourselves in dockside. I assume you're going to walk through the bazaar to get to the dock, and not through the southern slum. But let me show you your possible routes. So, as we find ourselves in dockside, as you know, the paved areas up above are the there we go. They are the bazaar itself, and then the dirt roads to the south are the southern slum and the central slum.
And the sea spray was in the middle, or was it?
The sea spray is on the dock itself. It's actually physically on the dock. I didn't add it to this because they don't have a small upturned boat. I should have just put a boat fucking right there, but it is on the actual dock itself. It's just sort of jutting out. You could, from where you guys are at, like up here, you could vaguely make out the top of what is that? What's the part at the end of the ship that sticks off the end? I can never remember.
Rudder.
No.
Oh wait, you mean the
keel? The keel's in front of the boat, like the part that
the keel.
It's not a mast. No.
The mast is
where
the sail is, but the keel is like the rib, the center point of where there's like the bigger chunk of wood, and they.
Let's just call it what it is. The ship spear.
It's the bow.
It's the ship spear.
Oh, the bow.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so so you could see the little pointy attachment point where like the main mast would usually attach to the end of the bow, right? The ship spear, if you will. You could vaguely make that out with a little tiny Jolly Roger sitting off the top of it. Where would you guys want to go through the bazaar, or you want to go through the slums to get to it? Or are you going to go anywhere else? Because you guys, I don't know if you guys would remember off the top of your head. I think you would, seeing as that was just a couple hours ago. But if you look on the map, the things that have like a solid circle on the inside and then the ring around, those are the spots where Nigel told you. Hey, yeah, there you go. Nigel told you guys that those are the spots where the vampire-looking attacks were.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you guys wanted to go investigate those, or if you wanted to go straight to the sea spray.
I say we go. We know for sure that they hide out the sea spray. I've seen them myself there. I say we go there, and then we just start making our way to the other points on the way back out.
I think it's a good idea.
How are we going to check this out? Are we going to try and sneak in through the back? It's kind of broad daylight.
It's currently...
Should we get some disguises? We look pretty overt looking to everyone else.
It's a bar. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be like, those three, murder them. Do it.
You'd be surprised. That's happened before. But yeah, I mean,
okay. Let me be real with you real quick here. I don't know what we just fought, but we took that thing down like it was paper.
I mean, you did.
I'm pretty sure if they were like, let's send all the big vampires out, we could do the same thing.
Yeah.
Sure, you might get a little sucky here or there, but we're going into a bar, so it's not that bad. I think we just head in, go straight to the bartender. If anyone tries to cause us commotion, we put it down. Try not to cause too much of a ruckus. And if they don't get compliant, then we use the muscle.
And our diplomatic immunity.
I mean, you do work for the guard, and I work for the mainlander, and also, I'm gonna be honest, no one's probably gonna miss these fuckers. Excuse my French. I mean, excuse my Elfish, but, yeah.
Naughty, naughty boy. Okay, let's go.
It'd be Boudreaux.
Speak
Yeah,
me,
I'm good. I'm good to just go. I want to know where Therai is. I want answers.
Oh, you guys are by the dockside community house. If you wanted to go,
We
there.
are.
Yes.
We should pop in there real quick just to see if maybe he made it back or if anyone's seen him.
Yeah, maybe that horse is still there.
What? No, it's not.
I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten in 24 hours.
So you guys are gonna go to the dockside community house?
Yeah,
East
might as
and
well
west?
stop in over there while on our way.
As we're
Keksi.
walking, I look through my pack to see if there's anything to eat, and I find that big fucking sausage link. Are they raw or cooked? It doesn't
They were
matter. I
raw.
start eating them. Okay, I eat one.
Okay. It's only been like
You
2
have
days.
a
Probably
rope
fine.
of sausage and exotic spices.
Cinnamon, yes.
Hey,
Mijamaran.
I mean, I got some like.
You
trail
also
mix.
still have 4 rations on you, Kaioken.
Wait, the sausage tastes better.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got some.
Okay, I
trail
have
mix
one
on the
ration
big guy
left.
if you
I'll
really
eat that
want
on our
it.
way
Yeah.
because I don't remember
Oh,
the
no,
last
I
one.
only-
You should have 5, Keksi.
I
Okay.
do have 4. That's right. It
Oh, no,
shows
you're
up
right.
as the title is 1 day, but then the quantity is 4.
Yep, you're right. Okay.
I eat that. Is it like just disgusting?
Well, make me a Constitution saving throw.
I love it. Natural 20. 27.
It's seasoned. It's got apple in it, so that's pretty good. But it's raw meat, so as you're like taking
Pig.
it, it's not like a cooked one that comes off in like chunks. It's like it just comes up like sinewy a little bit.
You can bite off the tip and then just like it. I just fucking
Yeah, you just
Slurp it like a Go-Gurt.
Go-Gurt, yeah.
So as you do that, you do from like the front of it, right? And you want to
Yeah.
squeeze it, and it unravels each one. So because you twist the sausage,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
The sausage, it just you throw away a whole hog casing, like 10 feet of hog casing, or do you eat that?
I eat all of it, like the whole link. Okay, then
Sure.
yeah, all right, I'm gonna take that out of inventory. Man, I feel great.
Yep.
See how you're feeling later, I guess.
And
It's the
Keksi,
pig tartare, the most delicate of deliciousnesses.
Mayo is currently just like looking anywhere else. He's just like, yeah, I hope that tastes real good, big man.
Keksi, you ate 1 ration, right?
I just removed them. Oh, I had bought extra rations too, so I actually have 2 different sets of rations. Yep.
You both are also thirsty. But Kaioken doesn't have any water, but you have enough water, Keksi, for you and him.
Would you like a sip of water?
I am quite parched. That was very salty.
Okay, I'm taking the first sip though, because I don't want whatever you just ate
My
to like fall
greasy
into.
hands and face. I'm like, why? I don't get it.
It's just a bunch of like raw meat stuck in your beard. You just talking about.
Okay, I drink
blood,
and then I give Kaioken some.
collagen. The
Blood
collagen is
and
just
fatty
like
juices are just
melting into my
off.
face.
Okay, we get it. We understand what's happening here. So, as you guys both take a very
How many
refreshing-
uses are out of? I've been curious. How many uses are out of a water skin? Is it 1 per day?
It tells you if you click on it. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure that it's
It just says a water skin can hold up to 4 pints of liquid.
so yeah, you need a pint a day, so it's 4.
Oh, 4 uses. Okay, cool. I should have.
Oh, so I only used 2 of the.
Yeah. I'll
4.
just try and refill mine soon.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could go wherever you're going. Just ask them to fill up your water, but you are both out of water now.
I don't
Yeah,
trust
I don't
where we're
even
going
have
for
a
them to fill up our
fucking-
water.
Water skin, so I need to buy one.
I mean, you did take off like all of your stuff when you wanted to pack all your weapons and stuff when you were outside of the city.
Yeah.
And I had all the extra food and water, and it was on my horse that got
Yep, that got
dispelled. But I did buy saddlebags, real saddlebags, and put it on it with the stuff. So my saddlebag might still be there, and that has a lot of food and water in it.
I thought you
Yeah,
tried
what
to,
is
and it like the warhorse has a higher AC because it comes equipped with that.
It
I
did
thought,
come
but-
pre-equipped.
Well, I still bought one and put it on.
We'll scrub to the VODs or whatever to figure it out. But I don't remember you finding saddles and stuff. Also, I mean, who knows what thieves might do. So, You guys, as you're walking over there, it's just a quick couple of minutes. You guys are like scarfing shit down. Like, all right, we're good to go. And here we go. You guys go to the dockside community house. You open the door. There's Fang right on the inside. What's going on, guys? You staying the night?
No. Actually, we were here to see Therai.
Oh, I have no idea. He might be up there. He might not.
Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go talk to him then.
If you see him, tell him that things are kicking off at midnight, which I think he already knows. So never mind. Well, tell him that.
All right. Well, he might be asleep.
Yeah.
Did you know he sleeps? I fucking caught him sleeping.
What?
Yeah. I've been telling everybody. He sleeps.
Maybe he's been sleeping this whole time.
Well, because he was like, oh, I don't sleep. Oh,
Go look in his room.
I don't.
He's
ever
just
sleep.
climbed up in his horse.
He's
It's
like, I
warm in
never
here.
sleep. And then I fucking walk in on him. What was that? Yesterday, and there he was sleeping. I woke him up when the guards
Did he
came.
make any weird noises, or how'd you know he's sleeping? Was he like snoring?
Yeah,
he looks like a
was snoring.
snorer.
He was, like, a light snoring. He wasn't like a or anything like that, but it was Anyways, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Oh, Zenku said if anybody touches his door, he found somebody that jiggled his handle a couple of days ago. He said if anybody touches his door, he was gonna break all their fingers. So I'm just telling anybody that comes in, stay away from Zenku's room. Please don't touch it.
Sure.
I heard a lot of weird noises coming from in there. Anyways, go ahead.
So it's Zenku's room, then Therai's, or Therai's, then Zenku's?
They're actually across from each other.
Oh.
But
I try to, unbeknownst to the group, I'm going to try and slide a hand maybe and wipe the grease off my beard and put it on his handle.
Okay. You wanna hide that from them?
I'm glad we're in the same mindset. Dave.
Yeah.
I was gonna wiggle it.
Yeah.
I mean, just something really quick. Maybe, yeah, I don't want anyone to know it was me.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check, and then what's the passive perception of Keksi and my own nice?
13.
17.
What's the passive of Mayo?
Passive?
Yeah, passive perception.
11.
Okay. Keksi, you don't you don't see it, but you do hear just the slightest sounds like a loose door handle.
Yeah.
Just a little
Yeah.
as you guys walk past it. And then you go to Therai's room.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock.
All right. So you knock. There's nothing.
I'm gonna push the
Hey.
door open.
Wake up.
Yeah, you go in there. It looks pretty disheveled. There's like stacks of old books everywhere. The bed is pretty clean. But there's like a lot of just like knickknacks and stuff all over the place. What you would see, however, is you would see this little peachy folder. It looks like basically imagine like a manila envelope.
Mhm.
That is sitting on the bed on the pillow.
I'm gonna open that.
Okay. So inside of this thing, the first thing that falls out of it is this little tiny letter. It's on. It looks like it's on like a 5x9 card, and it reads. As soon as I get to it, it reads.
I can't take it anymore.
No, it reads. If you are reading this, I knew that you would be doing this. I could not possibly bring myself to show you what they did to me down there. The change is coming on rapidly, and I fear I will lose my faculties soon. They did agree to some of my terms, and then they backstabbed me. As I left, they came at me. I took out 6 of them. Unfortunately, there was only one of me. They did not bite me. Do not fear. I will not turn to one of them and turned against you. But I must leave. Enclosed is my findings over the last century and a half. You will find, very interestingly enough, you will find musings that I pondered and that make sense on multiple facets. I hope in the future that we can cross paths, if not in this world, then the next. May the moon's light guide you when the night seems darkest. And that's the note. So, what you would see inside of here is actually, I'm gonna put this to the chat here. This is a document called Therai's Discovery. It basically gives you most of the backstory of Therai, as well as the things that he witnessed and the puzzle pieces that he put together for certain big ticket items like the gods, the findings that he found of why magic is the way it is, the conclusions drawn from that. So, there is one other document inside of there, and it is the dossier that Grimtooth had prepared for him about the last known locations of Balthazar. You guys want to read it?
Yeah, if I see Balthazar anything, I'm like, let me see.
What you would see kind of like a photo. It would be a really shiny piece of paper. It looks like it would have like a really clear sheen of wax over the front of it, but it would be a sketch of Balthazar with the red dreads coming down with the fucking wings and all that stuff, right? And the first thing you see, like the first paragraph, big, huge, like handwritten letters. I could not believe it when I found this. The king of the dragons lives as a pauper.
What's a pauper?
A poor person.
It's like a poor person.
Yeah.
Peasant.
Miscreant.
The last of the dragonborns survives within the deadwoods. There is a cave to the west. Nearby, a forever open portal to the Shadowfell.
All right, Lost Woods in a cave to the
Dead
east,
Woods.
west,
The west.
In a cave to the west.
Deadwoods.
Yeah, the Deadwoods, which I can show you a map of that.
Deadwoods, cave in west.
Philadelphia, born and raised. So,
Damn it.
I'll take you here.
north.
So the
Yeah, you
Deadwoods.
try to be north, west.
Yep, to the northwest.
I had to do that twice.
I know. So you would see in this area here is where he has marked on a very small
Ooh.
piece of a map that Kaioken would instantly recognize because Kaioken had an adventure in the Deadwoods. Next to it, you would see a likewise picture of a Shadarkai who is
Do
bald.
we know what those are?
Wearing
Like
this
the
long
race?
leather trench coat. You would know. Yeah, you would know. Wearing this long leather trench coat. And he has this sort of like very elongated pointy sword hanging off of the belt. His only known companion is some Shadarkai that refuses to step away from him, as I have been watching Balthazar for over the last
2.5, 3 days, he has been there nearly every single time.
What's his name? As I yell at the paper.
Yeah, right. All you would see is a note next to that of like it would say Devil Boy, comma, like,
Dear Devil Boy.
I sincerely hope that when you do meet him, you're a little less on the forgiving side and a little more on the vengeance side. Good luck. Yours truly, the leader of the Arcane Eye, Central District, Grimtooth.
This is good. Maybe he's gonna head in that direction. And once we wrap up with this, it sounds like he's safe. He said something about changes. What? Do you think he's just turning into one giant fucking inky tentacle?
Oh.
So, were those read out loud, or did Keksi just like
when they're reading it,
I
you'd be
wouldn't
reading it in their voice. It wouldn't unless they were reading it out loud. I have no idea. But would you guys be reading it out loud?
Dear Devil Boy, this is very good for you to. Yeah, I recite it just.
Okay.
Wait.
Like
What
toddler.
is your intelligence, Kaioken?
It's pretty good. I have a plus one, so I have a 12.
Dear
Today, Junior. All right. So, anyways, no. So you guys get that. If you want to rummage through the rest of his stuff, there's really not much of note. There's a couple of effigies to the moon goddess Selûne. You would see that like the one window that he has is permanently like the blinds have been removed completely, and then off of that a little table of a effigy that has been broken of Selûne. He used to have one that was shittily made as a replacement for this broken one that is kind of like laid out, kind of put together, and it is pristine around, but it looks like it's just placed together. It's not actually like a solid piece.
I pick up the pieces. This sounds weird, but can you guys make some noise? I want to fix this. You know, just go kick on Zenku's door or something. I don't know. Mending.
All right, so yeah, you mend it, and as you're like, you kind of like start pressing pieces back together. You can feel them forming in your hand, and when you come out, this thing was like tarnished silver, and when it comes out, it is completely, brilliantly, brand new, untarnished.
It's beautiful.
We need to give this back to him. Maybe this will help him with his changes. I don't know, but Therai was a good man.
I don't know if you didn't hear the words from the same letter that I just heard, but that sounded like either one, he went and made a deal with the hunters, and then the hunters were like, nah, bitch, we're gonna go back on it. Excuse my Elvish again.
That's what he said. He said he was backstabbed.
Yeah.
And then slowly died from it, from poison ingesting his insides or something. Or two, if what you guys are saying is true and they're vampires, which it sounds like they are at this point because too much evidence is pointing to the otherwise for me to turn my eye, then it sounds like he was being turned into a vampire and he said, I'm taking my life in my own hands. Fuck these assholes. I'm not becoming one of them. Because he clearly said, I am not going to become one of them.
I thought he said that he wasn't being turned and he wouldn't turn against us.
That's what I thought I heard too. But your theory's good. Either way, if I find his dead body, I'd like to return this to him because it was important to him and I care about it.
Listen, I don't know how close this guy is to you. I've heard about a healer. I'm assuming this is the guy. I don't know too much about it. Seems like he was a nice guy. Never got to meet him really. Here's the problem.
You would have liked him, I think. I've known you for about 6 hours.
Me and started changing me into a vampire or a werewolf or something. And I tell you guys, hey, I'm not going to turn on you guys. I'm not going to cause a problem. and then disappear, 9 out of 10 times, I'm gutting myself because I don't want to turn into. I'm going to shut the
This is the other factor you probably don't know about Therai, is that he healed me of the same vampiric affliction. If he did it to me, he could do it to himself.
Maybe it didn't work that way. Oh no!
Yeah, maybe he's just one giant inky tentacle. I know this sounds very weird. We've all got our weird things. His hand turned into like a, like he charges like the inky tentacle arm.
I've heard about this in the book somewhere before.
Would you like to make a history check?
I would.
Okay. History or religion?
Let's just do history. I don't
Go religion.
Actually,
Okay.
no. Yeah.
You have heard of this, actually. You have indeed heard of something like this.
Okay, 21.
So there's this old story called The
No.
Fisherman's Wife.
Actually, nice. Actually, it's incredibly relevant to you because it is a very similar affliction to what Argroth went through. Argroth, you know this. He used to be a warlock. Specifically, he used to be a hexblade warlock. So the power that he was granted to him was in the form of that molten axe that he has. Now, back in the day, before he took on a pious life, and this is something that he would have told you, because you being the first person to smite in a few hundred years, or 100-something years, the first thing that he tried to do was to wield the power, just to go for it. And what it did to him, because who his father was, he was not born a tiefling. He slowly succumbed to a fiendish presence from within his blade.
Oh.
So, he had, at one point in time, a conflicting duality of this influence on him and his own literal divine lineage, because his father was an actual paladin of Bahamut, where he gave in, transformed him. So to you, it would sound as if that sliding paragon versus like a villain thing from like Mass Effect, you know what I mean? Or even littering in Mega Man Legends 2. The transformation of bad versus good in certain people who have these two super strongly opposing ubu ideals, it sometimes takes on a physical form. And that's entirely possible or indicative of what that was. It's something that Mayo Naiso would know.
It sounds like his weird tentacle and probably didn't take over him, but sounds like he has a lot of duality inside of him.
I think we all do.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's take all this stuff with us, because I feel like if he left it behind for a reason. So we're going to take it with us.
Yeah, I take the silver emblem.
Let's head to the sea spray.
Okay.
Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, should we go through the bazaar? We're a little bit more familiar with that, and I don't know if we want to.
If we go through the bazaar, we just need to be aware of our surroundings.
Yes.
I
Like
think
what the woman said.
They already know.
We all heard at the same
the bazaar
time.
is a good idea. I'm letting you know now, though. Negotiations have been cut drastically short.
Perfect. Dan, give me a D100.
Okay.
Roll good, roll good.
I'll do that on roll 20. I mean, D&D Beyond. Roll to everyone. 43.
Okay. You are making your way downtown, and you
Walking fast. Pace is fast. Looking for our boy Therai.
Perception check.
He's probably not there. Perception.
And he's a demon.
9.
Okay.
Where's
You
that
guys make your
critical
way.
fail?
All right, here we go. This is gonna be fine. We're going through the bazaar. We know where we're at. You guys go through. You see, in this area, as you guys are passing through, you're passing through the area where Deus had the fight. And for whatever reason, that area is not being filled with people. They're just like, you can see people are kind of giving it like where he was taken. I'm not gonna step in there just in case. You know what I mean? People are giving it like a wide berth. It very much comes off as like a superstitious sort of thing of the people in Dockside. Just an oddity as you guys are passing by. But you guys make your way there. You get onto the dock. Now, what I didn't do last time that I will do before, or this time, is describe to you this dock. This dock is like a city street wide, right? It is a huge wharf of there's like a dozen or so ships that are in. There's constant, just like the bazaar, and just like the main street in the Nonpareil district, there is just constantly people like moving crates and shit, importing, exporting. Ships are going, like, people are like shouting to each other, "Here we go, raise the sail, blah blah," this and that. Like doing that whole thing. This almost sort of seems like its own little rat race all on its own. Mm-hmm. As people are just zooming around you guys, like no time for anything, no time for like stopping and pleasantries. It's all business, all work, all the time. As you guys walk around by the lighthouse area, you would have to pass by the lighthouse in order to go up to the dock ramps, because there's only one ramp on, one ramp off. And so you guys go up, make your way up this little like windy ramp. As you go across, you would see almost like a little security kiosk at the top of this ramp. Someone would kind of lean out, and this is a guard. He kind of leans out of this like little, it's not a window, it's a hole. He's like, "Hey, how's it going, guys? What can I do for you guys? This is kind of a hectic time. This is import export only. What's going on?"
I'm out of the sea spray.
All right, you guys part of a ship, or you just visiting?
Special task force.
All right, special task force, security task force.
Yes, under like
honorary
Kaioken.
Honorary investigator, behest of General Porter. We are tasked with discovering the hunters' whereabouts. General? Yeah, here's the dossier.
That's right.
He kind of reads these like, he kind of reads these like, "Oh, guard commander."
Yeah, guard commander. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I like to call him Lord Commander, guard commander.
Right. All right. Yeah. Here you go. Just be careful. Some of the people around have been a little agitated as of late. Something about some shit going on dockside kind of got people's jimmies ruffled a little bit, and they're a little on edge. So
okay, we will.
Since you're not attached to any ships, you're not allowed off of the main wharf. Okay, we do have our guards posted. I have to let them know that you all are a group together. And he looks at like satyr woman, Goliath, pretty rare, that's cool, and a knight. Are you a Sons of the Axe or a Mainlander knight?
Mainlander.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you for your service. So you guys, and he literally, like, from within, writes it down, takes out a little thing, pulls out a fucking pigeon, and throws him out. See, the pigeon just kind of like catches the wind, slams into a pile, or no, he
just a windmill on the ground like a false celebration.
Fuck, pulls another one out and go. That one was starved to death, so it just flops. No, so he throws a pigeon. You see this pigeon just goes out and then straight, and you can see probably about like 60 or 70 feet down. There's another guard, and the guard literally just catches the pigeon like it's a fucking football. Takes it, goes puts it back in, throws it. You see this thing like within seconds is like 300 feet away from you guys. This thing is quite fast. But so, he's like, all right, you guys are all set. Stay out of trouble. Task force or not, don't break the rules, so on and so forth. You guys already get it. But good luck. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your service.
And so you guys pass by uninhibited. You guys approach. You can see the hull of the ship, the bow, the fucking standoff. And as you guys approach, you see this sort of group of brown rags kind of obscuring vision to the actual entranceway.
You know, I could get used to that guard thing. That got us there pretty damn quick. Usually,
Bet your ass it did.
Usually,
What you
I kind
don't
of like
see
this power.
is that these motherfuckers are wearing aviators on their faces. But yeah,
remnants from last night.
Respect.
I'm a guard.
You
So
might have
guys
heard me
approach,
on.
and you hear like yeah, fuck them up, yeah, fuck them up. As we cut over to, hey Nigel, are you gonna be sleeping the entirety of your rest to get your full long rest after that encounter with her?
I can spend 2 hours doing just light activity.
Okay, so right around 8 o'clock is when I'll be picking you back up then. And for you, unless you wanted to break up your thing for 2 hours of non-stressful, because that encounter with Kaylin didn't take very much time at all.
Yeah. So it says that I can be disturbed for up to an hour while still retaining my long rest.
Right. But I just didn't know if you wanted to like get up.
But yeah.
All right, and then go.
Yeah, I can get up. So I only have to sleep for so and so long. 2 hours of my long rest I can spend doing light activity such as reading, talking, eating, or standing watch. Yeah.
And
you don't want to play with your weights?
Want to do?
So during those 2 hours, I'd be setting my spells.
Okay.
I'd be rising my minions.
All right.
And then, so as soon as the time comes, I'm just out the door.
Okay. Cool.
With my minions fully equipped and me, done.
Yeah. Start.
I guess I could also, if that doesn't take too long, I could make more poisons.
I think that takes a while, unless you have the poisoner thing. I think it takes.
I got the poisoner's kit, and I'm proficient.
Yeah, I mean, making a poison, there's like a whole rule for it. It's really shitty.
Yeah, it doesn't tell me what it is.
I got you. Okay, so you could start doing the research on that or whatever it's going to be to start doing that and whatnot. It's not going to be something that's going to lock you into it, but you could pick it up like later or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't tell you. There's nothing it talks about how to make poisons. It just
in the
says
DMG. That's why is because they have a guide in the Dungeon Master's Guide for literally it's under a downtime activity for making potions. It's on the same level as like spell scrolls and shit like that, like where it takes an egregious amount of time and way too much money, like per the standard. Anyways, so that being said, we are going to zoom back over real fast to the main group as you guys hit. Yeah, fuck them up.
It's going down.
John, you find yourself in the middle of this circle of people, right? And these ne'er-do-wells, if you will, are like, they're like, what are you gonna do, man? You gonna throw down right now? You gonna throw down right here? You gonna fight? You know it's illegal, right? All you gotta do is just pay the toll.
Let's see. So as he's like kind of saying that, right? Yeah. I'm going to attempt a surprise sucker punch. Just right in the fucking teeth. Just like right there.
All right.
Uppercut. Clap his jaw.
This guy, the guy, you're talking about the guy that's trying to charge you the toll.
Yeah.
Before you commit to this, he's already facing you, looking confrontational. So you might not be able to get a surprise off on him.
What if I go for nuts?
Again, all right.
He looks ready.
He looks ready for a fight because you already aren't gonna pay the toll. So I don't know if you're gonna get, like, you know what I mean?
All right.
How about this? If you really want to attempt this,
Mhm.
Give me.
I have another idea. This has worked before in the past,
Oh,
and it might work right now.
No.
With the grenade?
I'm going full Joker again.
Yes! Here we go.
How do you
Yep.
do this?
All right, I'm going to quickly, slowly, like, all right.
Here's my coin
Okay,
pouch right
and
over
then
here.
both hands just basically just pins right there, right?
Oh, you've got the grenade in one, the pineapple in one, and then you got the thumb over the hook.
Yep. It's like, are we oh sure we want to play this little game now? Do we all look excited now, don't we?
Roll me a 2d6. You are going to be adding 2. Oh shit.
I hope they know what it is. This is what, you know what I mean? Like,
It's like I'm holding marbles or something. Like, what
God,
is that shit?
he's got a, I don't know what grenades look like in
that a
fantasy
bicycle?
world. I'm thinking of a fucking frag grenade, like a round.
Yeah, no, it's a pineapple. It's a pineapple.
Oh, okay,
It's,
okay.
yeah, for sure. It's just a stereotypical. So they kind of, and you see like the guy who's looking at the toy goes. Now make me an intimidation check with advantage. As you hear these guys around, like they're like, "What is it?" Like they some of the guys behind him can't see, and so you're
Just
like,
a
"What
little
is it?
step
Just fuck
back.
him up." Yeah, come on, man, just fuck him up. Do it.
Okay. Divination,
Fucking
right?
stab him. We could dump him off right now.
Do that like
Ooh,
thing. Come on, hit him. I want to watch. Come on, hit him.
Yeah, like, come on, do it, because they can't see that you got this fucking
Yeah.
grenade.
Tell them off to fuck off.
Wait, do it again.
And
I
ever.
said with advantage. Do it again. See if you, maybe get a 25. Whatever.
Oh, do it again?
Yeah, do it again.
Oh,
See if you
yeah,
get a
sure.
25. Because I said with advantage. It's a really good fucking score.
Ah,
I just
no,
wanna
yeah.
see. Okay.
22.
So yeah. So you rolled a 9. No, I'm kidding. No. so you're like. So you're like.
It's in half, like, oh shit.
Like you want to blow this out of proportions or whatever, right? And so the guy's like, I used to the guy's like, yeah, come on, fuck him up, stab him, and he's like, guys. He's about it. And they're like, what do you mean he's? And like one of them looks and goes, oh shit, and you see like about 4 of them. So you're surrounded by 10. So you've got like, one dude, then there's 2 guys on either side of you, and then like a bunch of guys behind you, like just kind of like back up, and they're like, nope. And you see them literally just turn and walk off. So the rest of this group at this point, you guys are probably right about 50 to 70 feet away, and you just see this like half circle. 4 people just turn and walk right past, like start walking towards you guys, but not looking at you. Like they just kind of look like, oh shit. And you see John holding something like this, and the guy in front of the door like bug-eyed as these guys behind him are like, what the fuck? And
So we see the bug-eyed look, like the
you
scared.
Yeah. You see the
I
bug-eyed
have a
look.
feeling. Yeah.
And so back to John, he's like, the guy at the front's like, all right, man, you know what? It's just not worth it today. A lot of people dying left and right. It's just not worth it today. I'm going to walk away from this. I'm not on shift. Is that fair enough? And you see he's got his hands kind of like up like this now, right? Is that, can we just leave well enough alone? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'll keep walking backwards. You keep looking at me, and then we all laugh about this at some point in the future.
So you start walking. You start walking back down. So the rest of the group, you guys would see John backing up. I'm gonna need everybody to give me a perception check, and Kyle, if you could. I don't know if you're still there.
I wonder what's going on.
If you could give me a 2d6.
Oh, I know that look.
Yeah, he's got this like wild, crazy look in his eye. He's probably gone. Josh, you want to give me a 2d6?
You got it. Give me a second here. 5.
Perfect. So somehow This slow-moving sailor walking backwards is completely unnoticed by the normal people shuffling around, like going and moving. Nobody's giving a fuck about this right now, right? All these other sailors and shit, and clearly pirates, like stereotypical feather and like Captain Hook looking motherfuckers that are around here, they're just all going about their day, right? As John's like, he's got that crazy eye looking, here we go. And you guys would see the dude that was at the door just kind of goes, and he does one of these, and he does one of these. He looks at John and goes, and he jumps over the dock. You see, he does the jump. He does the jump. He does the jump of like, he dolphin flips over. He does the jump of like he knows that he's gonna have a.
There's a Kong vault. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other 6 guys are like, the fuck was that? And you see them all turn and start walking away from John, so away from the rest of your guys' group. As John backs into the rest of the group. But what do you guys, as you guys kind of convene, you guys would see this. John is like still, as you guys kind of meet up.
John, there you are. Did you find your bullets?
I'm quickly just hiding grenades, like, oh, hey, guys, hey!
What was that? As she's like squinting, just trying to like clock where he put it. I'm like,
oh, lotion for the penis.
Ew.
No. I saw what you did. You showed him the old fluffernutter technique that you're so good at.
I will not. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Mayo, let me introduce you to the greatest fucking pirate that has ever lived. My friend, Jan.
And I could quickly do the one of those, like, is that what we're going with now?
I mean, that's what you told me.
I honestly lose memory of these things every. Never mind. Jan, yes, Jan it is. I go for the handshake. Accidentally slowly grenade going, oh, have a hand.
So, were your parents just tired when you were born?
Tired of making such an awesome fucking baby.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying he's not awesome, but I heard that name right now, and I was about
spectacles on your face.
Wait, what did he say?
Why are you wearing those spectacles on your face?
Because we're guards, John.
Yeah, we're guards.
We have diplomatic immunity. We're on an investigation.
Listen, I'm kind of jealous. I don't have those cool glasses. Damn it, Amanda.
What's the status outside?
Amanda, just do that. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. John, get ready.
Listen, if you need me to, I will Amazon Prime you guys some aviators.
Jesus,
right now.
I feel like it's necessary,
so
especially
next
for the
time,
Cyberpunk
you know,
one shot.
just be like, all right.
Fuck up, Sarah. Okay, so is it bright outside?
It's past midday. It's like 3:00 now at this point.
It's not sunny out. It's maybe
I think it'll be close to 4:00. Because you said it would be an hour and a half before we got to the.
So it was 3:30 when we got to Dockside. Then we went to the community house.
And then John, I had already said that John got to the bar at about 2:30. So your guys' time was just sort of catching up with his. So at this point, it's 2:30.
Oh, okay.
Because we had so many different time skips that we had to do to get to this one congruence.
No,
it is 2:30 at this point. But it's not. It's a windy day, so it's not like a crazy blustery like storm wind. There is a bit of a breeze coming off of the sea. You would see at the horizon line. You would see some clouds.
Could I use my background? Oh, no, wait, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of Druidcraft where I can predict weather, but I'm not going to do that right now.
Right. Well, and the last time that you did it, I think, was at the Dockside Community House, and I said that it would be fine for now, but it was becoming a bit of a breeze, and that was before Therai and Deus were gone, so...
We could probably see a storm's rolling it.
Yeah, it's probably about a day away. You're always a day away. So, you guys.
Now that
Yes.
we are at the sea spray, can I use a charge of my divine sense?
What does it look like when you use your divine sense?
I think Mayo's eyes would, like aviators, would just fall from the sky and they'd glow, and he'd be like, "I see."
Jesus.
He's like, put the fucking glasses on. Put the fucking glasses on. He's like, I came here to chew gum and kick ass. I'm all like,
No, the sunglasses fall down and he just goes, "I know kung fu."
So,
Oh,
so
God.
like, what sorts of things happen when you use your divine sense? Because
So when he
you're
uses-
literally using your optics, right? Like
When he
able
uses
to
divine sense, like his red pupils will like start to like glow, like a little glow in the back of them as they start to shift to like a purple shade.
Slick. Okay. So yeah, immediately upon so that is, if I'm not mistaken, that is fiends, celestials, undeads, and then good or evil, right?
Oh.
It just says anything affected by the hollow spell and know the location of wait. Okay, no, yeah, detect good and evil, celestial, fiend, undead.
And then
Yeah.
and then places that are affected by the hollow spell.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. Okay, cool. So immediately upon doing that, well, here we go, boys. You would get incredibly strong brimstone smells emanating from, I believe, Kaioken. And you would get, I believe John is good and Keksi is good. So you would get the faintest smell of roses from both of them. Within 60 feet of you, I don't believe John is an undead. I think he still is considered a humanoid, but let me find out for sure because I would want to know.
I think he's undead because he doesn't have to breathe, eat, or drink.
Right. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
but like
that-
Dampier is still considered a humanoid. It's not considered an undead, which is why I'm like, let's find out. Because I want to know. I want to know. Let's see, John. John, the bomb, the don. Racial traits, creature type. You're a humanoid. Yes, he's not undead. So you would sense what you sense. You sense some evil, some good. There's actually a bunch of evil, like aligned humans that are walking just up and down this fucking dock, like a bunch. It's almost.
What about the brown rags?
So some of the
That's my
brown
main
rags,
card.
that you can see that are still within 60 feet at the instance of you doing this, like the clusters of ones that are there.
Yeah.
They're not giving you either sense.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
we're here for information. Do we want to go in?
Oh yeah.
all right. Who's gonna lead the way into the sea spray?
I don't mind.
Well,
I
I think I'll take the rear guard this time and kind of like just does one of these just
Mayo is gonna like slot his halberd in his back and just haven't used the silver tongue in a while. Wish me luck as he pushes open the doors.
Okay, cool.
Can he push open the doors? The guy's still there.
So we've got Mayo first, then John's in the back. So who is taking second? Who's taking third as you guys shuffle in here?
I don't mind going in second.
Okay. You're muted.
I'll be behind Keksi, like blocking maybe line of sight from John.
All right. So let's see here. I have so
Or third.
fucking much. Let's see. Where they take him? They went there. There's a lot of info dumps that I have to click on in order to. So I have an info dumps tab on one session, on session 27 and 26, and then I just link those sessions in Notion all the way through. So we're
Yes.
on 34 now. So I have to
Good
go
way to do
back.
it.
Yeah.
I just tried to remember what session I thought you guys would try and get stuff, so that was a terrible idea.
Okay. And 27 takes me to 26. All right, perfect. Holy shit. Okay, there's a couple of things that you guys see inside of here. For one, the sea spray has a very odd green tint to everything in the sunlight. What you notice is this place for one, it smells like salt water. Plain and simple. It smells kind of like low tide. The curtains over the open holes, like the portholes that make up the windows here, the curtains are just kelp, like wet kelp. That
Ew.
when the sun shines through it, it creates this almost sea sort of look as these things sort of blow over any sort of breeze. There is it's a pretty loud ruckus in this place as like it always is. As you guys go down, like into this door, there's a platform. This platform's like roughly about 15 feet. It's a half circle that looks like it's built off of the dock, and then the rest of this almost looks like it was Fallout 4 created as part of this. It is an enclosed structure, but it is built off of this dock, so there are actual pieces of dock architecture inside of it. There's this half circle platform, and then there's one staircase that goes through. It's about 3 people wide, so it's like right around 12 feet wide. It goes down right around 10 feet to this first floor. On this first floor, you see towards the bottom, so what would be like what if the ship was upright, it would be the bottom part of the hull. But since it's upside down, it just looks like the back, almost like a what the fuck is that called? You know the Sydney Orchestra, like
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It almost looks like the bar is the beginning of that, and then there's a couple of staircases that go down beyond that. Now in this area, it's so massive that you're able to fit roughly about a dozen, maybe 18 different like round tables and whatnot, and there's people at almost every single one of them, playing cards, drinking. There's a couple of scallywags, we'll call them, that are there. They are very rough. Everybody here looks rough. They look like their skin's been dried out. They look like they've seen all the sun. They all look like very vetted sailors. There's this sort of like heavier set older gal. She has curlers in, so she has like these like they're little thin metal barrels of something that her hair is wrapped up in, and she's like got this really long cigarette holder with an extra long like Virginia Slim ultra long fucking, so it's like a whole foot off her. Jesus. As she's walking around, she's got this like tattered, it looks really dirty white apron. She
and
seems
this is
to be
like a barmaid. Sorry.
Yeah, she seems to be like the main barmaid here. There's a couple of other ones. There's like do you know what Aquans are? Like Tritons and Merfolk.
Yes.
So there's a couple of those that are around. One of them has like a peg leg. The other one has 2 peg legs. And so you have these people who are like, yeah, they're like Hank Hill's dad.
Kicking oddly up,
Yeah.
and then balancing every step.
Yeah, and those two are literally like in an open sort of like kitchen thing, but the kitchen here literally looks like a pile of like hot rocks. And then they're just like pss, 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 as they're doing all that stuff. You see them sweating more than anybody else. Like, why would you put the fish people by the? It's almost like a cruel joke. As these people are all ordering food and shit. There's a small stage off to your left as you guys descend this platform to this first floor. It's completely empty, but it has a bunch of like dusty ass fucking instruments and shit. And then behind that, there's a secondary staircase that goes downstairs as well. But you have this big open platform with all these like tattered like flags and shit. They look like old pirate flags or old ship flags, plastered up. It really looks like a dive bar of sea. As you guys approach down, do you guys want to take like the nearest empty table, or do you guys want to go straight to the bar, or what do you want to do?
Not say the bar.
Yeah, let's get a drink.
I follow.
All right, so you guys go straight up to the bar, and at the bar, one of these Tritons turns around, and he's got like this. It literally looks like a no-filter cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's got an eye patch, and this is the one with 2 peg legs. As he turns around, and he almost looks heavier set. He looks like he used to be like part anglerfish, right? And he's just like
turns around. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing? How's it going? Welcome to the sea spray. My name's Thomas. What can I do for you?"
As he's
Thomas,
yeah.
what do you got in stock?
Oh, we got ale. We got this sort of spiced rum, just fresh off the boat.
And
Nice.
he's just like kind of, he's like, his steps are like super like heavy. He almost, you could almost say that he resembles what's his name from the Gungan leader. But if,
Oh God.
Oh, Boss Nos.
yeah,
Boss
Boss
Nas.
Nas. Yeah, but if he were basically on stilts, right? As he's like,
All right, so
and he pulls down this old bottle, and it looks very similar to Bootstrap Bill when he pulled that fucking bottle off when he first
yeah.
ran back in. So it's all like crusted in like sand and shit. He's like,
this one over here is like 150 years old.
he fucking sits it on the bar close. He's like,
It's only 10 gold a sip. All I'm saying.
and he's like,
But on the menu for tonight, we got fish.
and you see, he literally looks. He's like,
We got swordfish. We got carp. We got tunas.
Nice.
Market fresh. I mean, we are the market after all, you know. But
How much for a round of that spiced rum, Thomas?
round of the spice rum. That's gonna be no. The expensive stuff. That's not the spice rum. Spice rum itself is only like
give me an insight check. Everybody can. Who cares? Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. All of you guys if you want.
23.
Oh God.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, why do you want my hand? Like, you want good luck or something?
No.
Okay.
I love you.
17, baby, 17.
Nice.
So, when he goes,
this is pretty primo shit. If you want, I'll give it to you for a gold a pint.
Kaioken, you know he's lying. John, you know he's lying. John, you especially know he's lying. You know that spiced rum probably goes for a gold a gallon. If it's just bare bones spiced rum.
Oh, old man, I know you can do better than a gallon for a pint. I know you can throw in a gallon for spice rum. You're acting like it's something better than that, but it ain't.
But Thomas, consider this. We'll pay the 1 gold if you could maybe give us some information.
What kind of information are you looking for?
Oh, well, and I kind of lean in. We're looking for.
By the way, this dude smells like bad fish.
This
Tiffy back.
Me and my friends
know
are
what this smells
looking
like.
for the whereabouts of the brown rags and the hunters.
Give me a 2d6.
As I slide forward the appropriate amount of gold
Right. Give me
that he
2d6.
asked for.
Yes, of course.
2d6. I'm panicking. 1, 2, boonk.
So
5.
here's why I didn't give you a modifier for the reaction roll. Give me an insight check, actually, and then I'll tell you
Okay.
a very detailed, more or less.
2 for 7.
Okay. So, you see. Sorry, I almost went right into his fucking voice. You see him kind of eyeball the mainlander knight, just a bit, just enough for you to go like, oh, I think you just sized him up. And then he looks over to John, and he's like, all right, he's a pirate.
Mhm.
Like, this dude's bad news already. Okay, but you got. So he's looking at you like, who the fuck are you?
He's trying to like, how is
Yeah,
a
I
spider
don't know
web
how
of
to
people
feel,
coming
'cause
together?
You literally have like a demon and an angel on your shoulder as you're like leaning in. He's just like,
All right. Well, thank you for your business. If you're looking for the whereabouts of the hunters, I think they're closer than you might think.
and he leans in a little bit further and goes,
You may have not noticed, but this place here is kind of the place for the hunters. Now I'm gonna assume, since you don't look like a sailor, that your friend over there.
And he points over this, like it's like a lazy, like fat finger, and it's got like this, like sort of like, it's not so much like a barbed claw or anything like that, but it is like a nail, like a sharp nail.
Ew.
As you see, like the webbings between his fingers, and then like his fins that come off, they're all like spiny, right? Almost like a rockfish, and he just kind of like, he just kind of like.
But your friend over there should have probably warned you that, like, you know, this is very clearly like an affiliated place, right? So, thank you for your patronage.
And he kind of he'll take the he'll take like a small cask, like a pony keg basically.
And he's like, "There you go. I'll give you the fair deal. He kind of called me out on it. The man knows his stuff. I appreciate it."
But he does take all the gold.
How much gold was it in total?
Well, you paid 10 gold, right? 10 gold for
So I'm giving him I'm trying to give him a tip with, like, you know, help me out a little bit. Like, we know you're full of shit, but here's what you asked for.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like, he asked for 10 gold. You gave him 10 gold.
Yeah, I gave him 10 gold.
And so he's like,
oops, I added.
But because you're so nice,
and everybody else would hear this, right? He's not. He's like lower talking, but he's not like whispering. He's like,
but because you're so nice, I'll hook you up.
He's just like,
right? You got probably like, I don't know, like an hour before the owner walks in, and then you got an hour before the owner walks in, and then and then you guys can talk to him. Then,
give me 1 second.
Whoops-a-doodle.
He goes. He was telling you that in about an hour the owner's gonna show up,
and then you could talk to him yourself. I mean, I'm not gonna set up a deal or nothing, but I'll point him out to you if you want.
All right, just give me a subtle head nod, and I'll do that.
All right, subtle head nod.
How many heads are like in the bar currently?
Make me a perception check to see if you could see everybody that you might be able to see.
Ooh. 24.
There are 16 people.
Is this low light?
It's kind of revolving, right? It's slightly better than low light.
When the wind blows in, the kelp
when the fucking
moves.
kelp stops, like, you know what I mean? It's not such a huge difference, but like, there's definitely a couple of darker corners where you're like, I think that's someone back there. There's about 16 people. You see a lizard man who looks kind of like a green iguana. He's got like this like dewlap is just kind of out.
Oh God!
You see him see you, and he kind of does the head bob. Right. You see a halfling. You do see a Goliath over. When you were coming down the stairs, you would see. When you guys were coming down the stairs, he would have been like tucked behind the stairs to the left. So as you're at the bar looking the opposite way, see him to the right. Just sort of sitting there. He's not really paying attention to you. But he's dressed as a sailor ought to dress. He's got some tattoos that kind of creep up the back of his neck. He's just kind of drinking by himself. Did I say a halfling already? I did see it.
Yes.
Right. The halfling has what is that fucking like Shirley Temple curls? Like this like super bright, like massive curls. It's like probably a girl. Like this very obviously poorly done like powdered makeup with like these big like red, almost like a Raggedy Ann doll, right?
Yes. Okay.
And then you see this other human man who's got almost kind of like a rat tail. And then like shaved sides of his head, and then the top of his head kind of comes off in this coif over the side. And he's got this like really like white mustache and like a white goatee, as he's sitting there like he's got this like pewter mug that he's like sipping something foamy out of, and he's
It's
just
not his
watching.
mustache. He's always wiping it off.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he doesn't care.
It's it's just a curl. He's just always curling it after every right. So he's just like, as he's like going over some stack of paperwork or whatever. He does so happen to have this sort of. He's wearing like what you would expect like Captain Hook to wear, right? But his cape, like he has like a cape that's sort of like pinned to his lapel, that comes off, and it is made out of a very similar brown rag to the hunters guys that you would see. And then beyond that, those are like the most notable people. Beyond that, there's like probably about 7 brown rag like hunters members that are just sort of like taking up about 3 or 4 tables, intermingled with just some common looking sailor folks. And then of course naturally there's always the one person who's hooded in the back of the bar, just kind of like staring in your guys' general direction with like a candle going, being seedy by himself.
I would like to buy 2 ales and 1 shot for every member in the bar currently. I don't remember
shot of
the spiced rum. I mean, like the normal rum, and then 1 ale for everyone. So I don't remember what the ale or the spiced rum costs. But
He never gave us prices for a round.
The ale is only going to cost you about 5 copper a round. And then the shot of the spiced rum, you've already bought a gallon. You could very easily just have them pour you out of that gallon.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you wanted to buy a separate shot and keep your gallon for yourself, you could totally do that as well.
No, so
16 gallons, about a fifth, give or take.
I'm just trying to think. So 10 gold or 10 copper is 1 silver. So 1 silver times 16. So I'll pass over 18 silver,
Right.
and push the cast back. And Thomas, I'd like to make some friends. Would you mind distributing this and 2 extra ales with? And then I push over the 16 copper on the table to everyone in the part and everyone into the group. And if you'd like to take 1 for yourself, feel free if you can.
I don't mind doing that, but you should know you're gonna get drunk people more drunk. I'm certain that everybody is a happy drunk, especially if they find themselves here at the Sea Spray. Fair warning. I don't know how these people are gonna act, and I don't know if an ale and a shot are gonna push them over or otherwise.
No,
But
2
I'm willing
ales.
to do it. Yeah, 2 ales and a shot.
Well, that's the thing, is we brought an entertainer, as I put my hand on Mayo.
Just like his mama. What do? You play any instruments or anything?
I mean, I can sing. I got kind of like a sword swinging like show.
Yeah, it's a battle
sword
dance.
Swinging show,
Beautiful.
what, you gonna get naked or something?
Oh no, not like. I mean, if the people want it, I guess. But I just like.
If
swing
you
myself
lay him
around.
down on a
kind of
do some
table,
cool
he can
exotic
levitate
moves.
for 1 whole second by doing his sword dance.
Listen,
Right.
Thomas, we're trying to be friends. We're just trying to get a drink and be chummy.
course.
Listen, if they cause too much of a ruckus, I've got some money. I can help pay for any damages.
Well, that'll be something
But-
you could take with the owner in the event that maybe
Yeah.
possibly something
Yeah,
happens.
You plan
Okay.
for the worst, hope for the best.
All right, you're not so bad for a mainlander. Okay.
I try to bring a good reputation to the group.
You hear like this like really scrawnier sort of dude who's like the abbot to his Costello, I think, or maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember which one's the skinny one. But this other guy behind, he's got like he looks more like a human, like a triton, less like a fish. He's got like this sort of like sea green kind of scraggly hair, kind of comes down in a middle part. And like
Oh, you said he was a
He was a mainlander? Oh. What are you doing here? Volunteer work or something? Huh?
He kind of turns around. He's got one peg leg and a hook on a hand, but his hook looks like it's literally like a harpoon hook. Like they couldn't afford like a hook, so they just snapped off a harpoon, shoved it on, and burnt it or some shit. So he's like
behind us.
He's behind Thomas, still at the grill.
Oh, okay. Returning the gesture, I'm gonna slap my hand on Kaioken's shoulder and go, well, my friends blew in from out of town and I gotta show them the best bar. You know, the one that everyone's heard about.
Give me a persuasion check.
Please don't fail on me, persuasion.
Fuck.
So you decided to fucking take him here? To the best bar? Don't patronize me. I know what this is. Hey, look.
Listen,
hey,
the
you want to
adamantine...
blow smoke up my ass, that's fine. But I'll tell you what, while I'm sitting over here with this hot-ass fucking rocks over here, I'm a fish man in front of some rocks, right? And you're gonna blow more smoke up my ass?
On himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the little scoop.
Listen here. I'll tell you what, I'll bet you that you could not turn this bar around with your sword performance, if you will.
Oh.
I'll bet you my whole day's pay. You couldn't do it
I'll
if you
match
wanted to.
that. How much this day's paid? I'll match it.
I'll say this. Let me do my routine. And if it gets everyone in a good mood, you don't have to pay me. And if I don't, then I will pay you your day's wage.
John, Keksi, what are you guys doing? Do you guys respond to any of this? Or what do we see you guys doing while he's doing this?
I'm trying to look around to see like who is watching us, but I'm not super perceptive, so I feel like my eyes just are shifting around and not focusing.
Why don't you give me a perception check and let's find out? Oh shit.
Perception. A 10.
Pretty obvious. This guy started yelling, and then a wager was made, and so you see a lot of people kind of like, what's about to happen here? Anybody, especially the wager, you see some you hear some jingling coins, you know what I mean? Not a lot of jingling coins, but you hear some jingling coins. It's like, maybe there's some other betting going on. Whether or not he's going to suck, whether or not they're going to throw it, something is going on.
Got
John,
it.
what about you, Mr. Air On? What are you doing during this whole exchange? Are you, what do you got going on?
Just going to be drinking, kind of just surveying the area. Mainly just keeping a lookout. See what kind of bullshit is up afoot.
Okay, roll me a perception check. Actually, yes, roll me a perception check first.
Okay. Doing the whole Bruce Wayne thing, pretending that he's drinking a lot, but not.
Yeah. Just pouring it down like your empty esophagus. Alright.
Okay, I have here a 17.
Bro. So, while Keksi is trying to gauge everybody's reaction to this, you're actually looking at people, not just the general gist of things. You used to be a swashbuckler rogue yourself, right? So maybe somewhere deep in the recesses of whatever brain you have left, you
not much. Yeah.
Get this spark of remembrance as you see the older human gentleman with the curly mustache and the little rat tail and all that stuff. You see his hand kind of drop down by his hip, and he starts making these incredibly subtle hand gestures. And you look to that, and you look at the direction that his hip goes, and you see that there's about 3 or 4 of these other brown rag people, and they're just kind of like nodding, and like one of them is nodding and looking very intently at his hands, as if they're communicating. You don't know what they're saying, but you definitely know that they are communicating.
Am I able to pick up on what they're saying? I've never seen the hand signs before.
You would only be able to roll me a d20 at disadvantage.
What if I use inspiration?
Then you'd roll me one straight roll d20.
I'll go at disadvantage.
Okay.
1 d20. What was that? Right click.
You could take two d20s. Just from the so click it twice for 2, and then we'll just take the lower
right.
2.
Let's do it.
Okay, so a 4 is what you. So you don't have proficiency with Thieves' Cant anymore, so you don't know the language, right? Especially not while he's tapping his hip. Like, you don't have like the perfect view for this, so you just barely catch like that it's happening. You don't necessarily know what is happening.
Okay. John starts to recollect who in the group knows has Thieves' Cant, or basically still has that proficiency. No one in the group. He can't remember.
Anybody has Thieves' Cant as their abilities. I think that's just a rogue thing.
Okay. The most I'm gonna do is go to Keksi and just like, hey, keep an eye out. We may be unwelcomed here, or there might be something else going on. See those two over there? And I kind of just thought, like, look at them, notice what they're doing.
Give me a deception check.
Oh.
Both of you guys.
So as we try to not
As you guys try to be
subtly
Yep.
at disadvantage. Well, you know,
No, not a disadvantage. You just...
yeah.
Natural 1?
No, it was a 3
2.
minus 2.
Oh shit.
Which
That's
is
better.
Hey, 19. I accidentally rolled twice, but I rolled the 19 first.
Okay. So, John's like, he's used to this, and he's like, hey, there's a... Right? And Keksi goes, what? No, Keksi... Keksi does one of these things where she's like, and then catches herself, like, oh, shit, like, I shouldn't have... And when you act natural, but over there, and then you go, huh? Oh, shit, fuck, shit. Maybe they saw you, maybe they didn't. But, so... we have a wager going on here, is what I'm to believe, is that Mayo has a routine. Kaioken and this other Triton person are about to make a wager for a day's wages to see if he can kind of raise the spirits of the people in here.
And then I lean over to Mayo and like, I have a song. These people probably won't like it, but I'll follow you up, or should I start first? Should I let me break the ice? Let me break the ice, and then you'll be the exciting part. Okay.
Do you want me to play my pan flute?
Yes. Okay. And so, in this time, I'm hoping that the drinks are distributed, and then Keksi and I are kind of going through like tunings of. You know,
so
like
you guys are gonna go
chorus,
to the stage,
but I
and
have
start,
lyrics.
Like, doing stuff.
I have lyrics.
You guys are gonna go to the stage and start like getting things ready.
Yes,
like, doing all that.
Mic checks.
Gonna start doing that. There's not really
warm-ups just for my own.
You guys are just like doing squats, like no weight squats. Like all right, burpees and shit or something. And
Keksi doesn't want to be present on stage. She's gonna be like off to the side.
The only thing that you guys would hear is, oh, it's the whole thing. They get like, I thought it was his performance. This is bullshit. But whatever.
No, I'm just the warm up, sweetheart. This one's for free.
Right. I literally heard you guys say, I'm gonna break the ice, and then you're gonna come. So you guys are gonna perform. Whatever. Everybody knows what kind of a shithole this place is. All right. You got no fucking chance.
Mayo is going to, like, not even like full hand, just like 2 fingers gripping onto Kaioken's shoulder and go, listen, You got me into this mess. Luckily, I know a few of my grandmother's songs. I can perform one of those. In the end, you owe me for this.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Joke's
right.
on you. The song is actually "In the End" by Linkin Park.
Yeah.
No. All right, so as you guys get ready to do your thing, that's where we're gonna end it
God damn it.
for tonight.
Nice.
Because I know that we got
One
people who have to go to work tomorrow.
I'm
I
so
know we
tired
got-
too.
Shit.
Oh, Bruno.
Yep.
Bruno.
You have to go to work tomorrow, don't you?
I do.
Oh wait, you say it like that. But no.
Yeah, I don't know why I
Me
said
and
it like
Amanda
that.
me and Amanda have had like 5 hours of sleep over 2 days,
Yeah,
so
that's
we're-
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
but we'll pick it up next
And
time.
I know we're not going to be going to sleep right after this. You guys are going to talk.
We always stop talking about the session immediately. What are you talking about? Okay. But
Yeah, the fact that my first snap from Anthony this morning, we didn't go to bed until 3:00 last night. I'm like, all right,
Whatever,
this sounds
yeah.
like a you problem, not
I
mine.
was fucking hurting today. Holy shit. I was like falling asleep while I was driving.
Ugh, that was not fun. I was up
last.
way sooner than I thought I was going to have to be up.
What time were you up?
Do you-
8.
real quick, because we're ending
Yeah.
it with this thing. But was there? There wasn't anything I don't think pertinent that we had to cover at all.
Besides-
as we're what?
There was one last thing I wanted to do before I started the song, is I wanted to go buy the really strong drink, a sip of that.
Oh,
But
okay.
I have that in my notes to do that before
Okay. Yeah.
it starts.
We'll,
but I do
we'll-
have a thing that I will be performing
right
for
and
you
that's why,
guys.
That's why we're going to be ending this.
Okay.
So that
now
way
I
we
can
pick it up
now
right
I can
into the performance. It'll give you guys
Nice.
a week to practice. All right.
Yes.
Kaioken's
exactly.
gonna get up on stage.
That's really good, because I'm just copy and pasting lyrics.
Preemptively, everybody today can have inspiration because you guys all did some
Hell yeah.
really good fucking role play.
This was such a fun session.
Yeah.
And so
Please
we'll
love this.
we'll pick it up next week with the performance of Kaioken, followed by the performance. You guys are gonna do a whole set of shit, and executive producer Dick